So let's make this simple. I say name, you say Scott Calvin. Name.
Kris Kringle.
Name.
Sinterklaas.
Name.
Père Noël. Babo Natali. Père Nicole.
Papa Gijo.
Okay, Calvin. Maybe a couple hours in the
GeekVerse.
will change your mind.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the GeekVerse podcast, episode 434. I am Yayo Ipo, whatever he says his name. Chijo Trasnell. I guess that's your nickname. And I'm joined by...
I am the one, Kirklin Patzer.
I am the Field. I've been saying it all night to Madison. It's so good.
It reminds me every time Santa Claus the Geek First cut. Yeah, now here's the thing. That was really fun, but we didn't get cleared. Man, I swear, if I wake up in the morning with an email that we're demonetized, you're the one that's going to download the YouTube video and re-upload it so it can be unmonetized. You motherfucker.
I'll do it.
Putting in a Santa Claus clip with no, I guess there's the
No
one
audio.
voice change.
It's just line. And I voice changer, yeah, so it should be totally free.
No audio. That is
Like
audio.
no background, no music or
It's,
anything.
it's still like from the movie, but
Is there music in that scene?
No.
no, but they can still pick up. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. Next episode, I'll bring it up to Taylor. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a newscast. It's been a busy.
Is that me, Kirkland, or is that him?
No, we're losing him.
because he's
There we
talking
go.
shit. Now it's
Oh, he's
now
good.
it's karma.
He's good. He's just
Okay,
he's
you guys are
broody.
gonna do the plugs. I'm gonna restart my computer. You got it. You got it.
You want to do plugs, Kirkland?
I can start and you can help me out if I forget anything. So
I'll
you
do
can
it.
find
I'll
all
hold
of
your
our content at the glorious website that is GeekVerse.ca. There you have, I believe, links to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Patreon. What else am I missing there, Taylor? He did. He certainly did, S-Bubs.
I think you got all of it. You
I got it
knocked
all.
off the
Yeah,
important ones.
geekverse.ca. Go check that out. You can back to formula, Kirkland. Exactly. We're going back to formula here. So yeah, geekverse.ca. Find our Twitter on there. Find our Facebook. Find our Patreon. Find our Manscaped code GVPod. You can go on there and treat your boys to some nice razors. The Lawnmower 4.0, absolutely phenomenal. If you use the GV Pod, there it is. Right, look at that. Look at that. Look how smooth we are without Travis. You can use our GV Pod code. You will get 20% off. Free shipping internationally, not just in our Canada borders, not to our neighbors down south. Everywhere in the world that you can at least order this from. But yeah, so use that promo code. As I already said, you'll get the discount, and then we also get a cut of the commission, which helps us just produce more content for you. So it's a great opportunity, and yeah, no, it's awesome. Taylor, I don't think I missed anything.
We have Dexter reviews every Sunday live, which is good. I just finished doing the Chucky series, season 1. So that finale dropped this morning. So all day today it was popping off. On top of that, we're also doing Hawkeye every Tuesday, literally right after the episode comes out at midnight. So that's always a good time. But
Absolutely.
I think that's it.
How was the finale? No spoilers, obviously. Go check out the episode for that. But or I guess just overall thoughts on the show. So, and I should preface, you're speaking to someone that has only seen maybe the first Chucky, like maybe.
Well, like any franchise, you get some movies that do things that fans aren't a fan of. Like you have that original, which is just like great, top tier, fantastic, and then you get all these other different ones that are a little bit doing things that maybe they shouldn't, and it's just a little bit kind of cringy to the fan base and whatnot. Then you have this show, which originally I thought was a reboot, but it's not. This show basically takes everything that we've had in the whole Chucky-verse, brings it and ties it together with a nice little bow. And even though the acting is not good, it's not great, but you go into this show just looking for a ride with Chucky, and you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the killing sprees. You're gonna get like some interesting story, and you're gonna get a whole new kind of take on what Chucky's goals are as a character. And there's a lot of surprises, a lot of wow moments, a lot of great one-liners from Chucky. It's hilarious, and it ends with my mind just boggled because there's so many Easter eggs that they pulled into this from the previous films. They acknowledged so many things that I didn't think that they would even want to touch because people didn't receive it well when the other films came out. But they tackled everything we've gotten in Chucky so far, and it's just great. And I'm so glad that we are getting season 2.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it sounds like they are just staying true to like what the foundation of those Chucky films are, because you're not watching a Chucky film expecting great acting. I feel like you're going in there, like you said, great one-liners with Chucky, just I'm assuming some gruesome murders along those lines. I'm assuming some people die in the show. But no, that's awesome. And yeah, you're getting season 2, so you're going to be super jazzed about that. Can we expect a Taylor review on those ones as well?
Oh yeah, I will get Travis on season 2. Like,
yeah,
I think I convinced him to maybe pop in for the season finale of season 1, but we thought there were 10 episodes and they capped at 8, so I wasn't able to get him on board. He was busy, so
you didn't know it was ending on episode 8?
He sent me the link saying there were 10 episodes.
Oh, so that was like
a
makeshift like article he wrote just to get out of the review, probably.
Oh,
I'll be there on episode 10.
Yeah, just screwing with me. I woke up, it was like 8 episodes, the finale, like what? But yeah, that's good.
That's awesome. Yeah, so go check that out. And as we've already mentioned, we're doing our Dexter. What episode are we even on? I can't even remember. Episode 4?
I think we
on did
episode 4.
Going on to episode 5. Maybe the White Rabbit can help us out here.
5.
What episode are we going on to on Dexter here, Mr. White Rabbit?
5, halfway.
5, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. And,
I know we were all over with the Chucky count because at one point you thought it was like only like 6 or something, and then we looked, and I even sent you. It was a fucking Wikipedia, no makeshift article there, Kirkland. So calm down. I'm always watching. I'm always.
Taylor did not defend you at all, I must say. I know you were watching, but he was just like, "Yeah, Travis sent me this 10 episode list."
He's a bastard. But you know who's a bastard? Maybe Warner Brothers, because maybe they made a mistake. Thank you guys for doing the plugs. I should be back now. So we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about Matrix. We're going to talk about Little Spider-Man, because we're finally going to hear Taylor's Venom review, so I want to hear that. There were some reports that some people in Sony are saying what Amy Pascal said this past week that me and Kirklin talked about are not true, so that's good. We're going to talk about Hawkeye being MCU's lowest rated show. We're not going to talk about The Witcher, because I thought there was a second trailer. I swear there was a second trailer. I looked everywhere, there was not. I even watched some guy's fan edit of a second trailer and then realized at the end he's like, this is not a real trailer, it's a fan. I went, oh fuck me. So I watched like 3.5 minutes because it was so funny. They literally took the music from the video games and put in the trailer, but I was like, man, I'm digging this music, it sounds exactly like the video games. And it was just the video game music.
It's like
so
when you made Kirkland and Briggs watch that fake Venom trailer.
I was gonna say I've been there. I fell for a fake trailer before.
I don't know if it's I thought that was a group effort. You know, I don't think I was alone in that. So
we definitely were a conspirator.
There was accomplices as well, yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I just like that we didn't let them know till the very end of the cast. So you go check out the bloopers, which there will be a bloopers. I don't know, why were you grilling me today, Taylor? You're like, where's the bloopers? What's going on? You know?
Oh, I was just curious. The Tommy Wiseau is me just goofing off.
Just goof.
Supposed to be done by the 2nd. That's what you said.
No, we'll always do bloopers. I'll get it together. We're very busy. Thanks to all the fans. And yeah, we're going to talk about our Spotify Wrapped. We're going to talk about, you guys are going to help us do the Facebook Christmas list. So lots of good stuff. But let's talk about Spider-Man and Matrix. Oh boy. So we have Spider-Man. Obviously, me and Kirkland talked about this a little bit on Monday, but some more stuff came out that in Canada for Cineplex, biggest pre-sale of all time. It's the biggest on Fandango ticket launch since Endgame. So it didn't beat Endgame, but since Endgame, but it beat Infinity War, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, Jurassic World, all that good stuff. So we had talked about the Spider-Man stuff. We're going to talk about a little more Spider-Man stuff, but obviously the reason I'm kind of telling this is it was 2 for 1 because they announced tickets are going on sale December 6th for Matrix, so it's gonna be that and HBO Max. And then what was and then a trailer. We'll talk about the trailer after. What's Kirkland doing there? He's flipping over.
Forgot it was December. Yeah.
There you go. So there you go. That's why you watch live, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, so I want to talk about.
Oh, very fitting.
Battle of Hoth.
There
Look
you
at
go.
that.
So I want to talk about Taylor. One, also, we're about to do the retrospective for Matrix. So I'm sure you might have watched, so maybe your excitement somewhere higher than it was before. But still, how do you think Matrix is going to do? Because you have Spider-Man coming out, and obviously it's not the same week. But then weekend 2 was when Matrix comes out, and then after that is a few days till Christmas. How do you think Matrix is going to do? And I'm going to pull up what Warner Brothers' biggest box office event. I think it's maybe Dune was its biggest one, but it's pretty smaller numbers compared to other ones. So how do you think it's going to do in the second weekend of Spider-Man? And also, I guess the reason I just brought this up is because it was so funny that there's a minute version of the trailer, and you guys watched the new trailer, right? It's called Deja Vu or whatever. So there's you guys, I'm hoping, watch the minute 40, minute 51 or whatever. There was a minute one of just a hybrid, and it was a bunch of all these scenes that they announced tickets on sale, yada yada yada. And I was talking about Clay. I'm like, oh, I didn't see that much in there, and I still actually disagree with Clay. I don't think there was much spoiled in the trailer, but it had to take Wonder Mag tweeting out the full trailer for me to actually see it today, because I thought it was just a minute trailer. I'm like, oh, there's a longer extended one, and I guess that's the reason we're gonna have this conversation already before. But the fact that the trailer's out, tickets, everything like that. I'm just wondering if there's a lack of hype. And I don't know if that is a lack of hype for The Matrix. I don't know if that's just because it's Spider-Man Mania right now. Or Taylor, are you seeing this hype? I want to get because, we all got different timelines. Kirklin's on the Mature Disney Facebook group. You're on Mature Bionicles Facebook. I'm on the Faye Reagan Facebook. So we're all on different Facebook group pages. So where are you seeing... First of all, actually, I'll start with this. What's your hype level for Matrix right now being about 3 weeks out?
My hype level... Jesus Christ.
Okay,
my hype level is very high. I've seen the first one obviously many times, but I can't remember the last time I watched the second one or the third one, and it has been an insanely long time. I don't remember the story very well, so I'm excited to get back into this and do this retro when we get into it leading up to this movie, which this movie has me extremely excited and extremely hyped. Now, as far as it goes, seeing this hype in other aspects and other parts of the internet and on the timelines, I haven't seen anything. Aside from when that trailer dropped, I have legit not seen anything on my Twitter, on my Facebook feed, anything. I'm only seeing Spider-Man stuff. And maybe that's just because my likes and my kind of network kind of just extends out more to DC, Marvel, Star Wars kind of stuff than it does, Warner Brothers Matrix groups and everything. But I still feel like I should see at least something. The only times I see anything that's Matrix related is when it's an IGN post or it's a comic book post or something like that from a more or less a larger network that's commenting or sharing the information. So I don't think that's a good sign. I think that they need to be really sprucing up a lot, because the one thing that they could take advantage of is just bombarding people with ads and sponsored ads, everything like that. Just put it everywhere and just make people think Matrix, because everyone's talking about Spider-Man. And I mean, Espos just mentioned something here in the chat about posters. Most I've seen are some posters. I haven't even seen posters. I think the only Matrix poster I saw was one that I saw that IGN posted. I shared to you guys in the chat, and I think I posted on the GeekVerse Facebook page, but that's it. I haven't seen the poster pop up again anytime later.
Is it the one with the pills? I feel like
no,
that's the only one I've
seen. It looks like a glass shot with the cast standing, kind of really looks really cool, but I'm just not seeing enough. They need to really advertise this movie, because if you are putting it around Christmas time, which I feel again can be a little tricky during COVID times as well, unless it's a big movie like a Marvel Spider-Man or a Star Wars, those are usually films that I feel are always capitalizing on the Christmas time hype. I think the only thing at this point that Matrix has is just the nostalgic factor, and I hope I'm wrong, because I want it to do good. I'd love to see more Matrix films come out of the woodwork, because I think that whole concept of the Matrix
out of the woodwork,
that whole concept, the whole concept of the Matrix and what the show is trying to put onto the screen, combine that with the technology we have nowadays, I think it's just absolutely incredible what we'll be able to see. So I don't want that to just stop all of a sudden. The rumor is that Neo and Trinity are coming to Fortnite, so that'll be some marketing. But another rumor is Spider-Man is also coming before them. I wouldn't be surprised. You could S-Bubs, you could always see maybe Warner Brothers is going to do a Matrix 4 premiere in Fortnite. We're going to watch the whole movie. Wouldn't be the first time.
So I wanted to bring this up. Espo says, I bet Matrix will do very well on HBO Max, but it's going to get insanely overshadowed by No Way Home in theaters. And I absolutely agree, because I was talking about like I've kind of gauged the interest of a lot of people, and I was talking about this with the GUA folks, and I think almost everyone in that chat was like, "Yeah."
Everyone in the chat was what, Travis?
Saying I'm so glad that restart helped. I even did an update on my Mac. They were saying that like, oh yeah, I'll definitely catch this on HBO Max, and I was just surprised as far as whether it's just Christmas time or whether they're just not that into it. It is a feeling of it is gonna get left behind, and what it reminds me of a little bit is Solo, a movie that I guess came out. But if you look, that movie came out, I think it was 3 weeks or so after Infinity War, and there was tons of problems with Solo. We talked about that to death, right? Like, why could it have failed or bombed and blah blah blah. But like, I feel like one of the main reasons was, okay, Disney was so focused on, we're pushing this behemoth known as Infinity War. This is what we're gonna do, and Solo's kind of off the side. So it's like, oh dang, but oh well, I'm sure it'll do fine. And it did, I guess, below fine. It lost money, so that's not fine. So the difference is here that, okay, Disney is not having Matrix, so it's not like a self-sabotage again. It's just, I do wonder, I don't know. I never thought December was a great date for Matrix because you have Spider-Man. You have Christmas movies. I don't think Matrix is one that the family all together be like, let's go see the Matrix. If the family gets together, they're going to see 3 films. They're going to see Spider-Man. They're going to see Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, because that's the old chaps and the ladies, and they're like, oh, I want to see this. Or they're going to see whatever fucking family movie's out. Whatever it is, whatever Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, whatever that movie is, those are the 3 you're going to see. You look at a few years ago when we had like Bumblebee, Aquaman, and what was the other one? Mary Poppins, right? And there's, even then, Bumblebee did well, but not Transformers levels, and Mary Poppins did fine. It made money, but not as much as Disney expected. Aquaman ate up the box office. Now, I'm not saying that actually, I am saying I don't think Matrix will do well. I think the other ones can do well, but I think that I have to pull up the top Warner Brothers openings this year, but I'm pretty sure it's Dune with like 45 or 50, and you're looking at other people throwing out like, up to 90 and stuff like that. And it is rated R, I get it, but I just don't think Matrix is a Christmassy movie. I think it's, but then it's tough. What do you do? Because Batman's in March, so you couldn't really put it there. Like, even, I'd have to look at February, but February wouldn't be terrible because, like, we live in a world where, I know, okay, it's COVID and everything, but, like, Black Panther became a $1 billion movie in February. So it's like the months don't matter as long as it's a hype movie. And I just feel like between Spider-Man, okay, lots of people did not like the sequel, so there is nostalgia, but people are like, yeah, I don't know. And then you have HBO Max, so that cuts off so many people that can watch it there. And then again, I think it's a very niche group of people on Christmas that are going to go see this in the theaters, especially the 22nd. That's 3 days away. That's very close. And I don't know. Where are you on this, Kirkland? I'm going to put the Warner Brothers opening, but where are you on this for Matrix potential success or lack thereof?
Yeah, I, like you, completely agree with SBub's comment. I think it's going to be one of those movies that a lot of people want to see just because it's such a relevant, like, franchise. And it's funny because I say franchise, but really I mean the first movie. Like, come on. Like who praises the second and third movies?
There's people that like them.
Is there? Yeah, like
they
them,
defend
not
them.
praising.
No,
defend them, yeah.
I think, but it's the same way as like there's tons of people that like love the prequels. I put it in that category where they definitely have their audience out there.
I just feel like
them.
I feel like the first one just stands so much on its own for like what it brought of like just to that genre, and it being a movie that like really transcends time. I don't know. Maybe that's a hint to our retro that we're gonna do for it. I just watched it this week, so it's pretty just close in my frontal lobe.
Good
and
movie, eh?
It is, honestly, and I think it's one of those movies that like it's so ahead of its time, but also it's not, because it makes sense from where it is in like the 90s. It represents so many like 90s cliches and like just style and like music and stuff like that. But like the topic that they're talking about is so relevant, especially nowadays with like AI being a lot more readily like around and available, and people like, I don't know, people are just like starting to understand more of what that means, the AI. Maybe in the 90s it's just such a sci-fi thing, but now it's like fairly relevant. So it just seems like it just transcends like the eras. Like it's a crazy movie. So I'm so glad that we're getting this now, because like I was just saying, like it seems like it's so relevant still. But when I think of like money wise and success wise, I am a little worried for it because I don't know about your guys' social circles, but like everyone I've talked to about it, the more they like look into it or like see, I don't know, I guess it's just 2 trailers that are out, but like the more I talk to about people, that they just get more and more worried the more they see about it. I think especially this latest trailer actually brought a lot more people in that camp, at least the ones that I'm talking to, just because like the deja vu aspect of this trailer is just like literally side by side shots of like the first movie. I think a couple from the other movies. I'm like Taylor. I barely remember the second and third movie, but a lot of side by side shots and a lot of like the same shots, just with Keanu being older. And it's like, okay, what are we doing here? Is this just gonna be like, oh, remember The Matrix? Remember how good it was? Yeah, well, this is it. Come spend money on it. I don't know. Like I'm one that's really positive on it. I'm just excited to see Keanu. I'm excited to see how they tackle like bringing the Matrix back, especially since it was supposedly destroyed. So like
really gone.
no one's ever really gone, and neither is the Matrix. So like, if I'm saying how I personally feel, I'm super excited for this movie. I think it's going to be a fun time no matter what happens. But success wise, I think it's very safe to say it's going to get extremely overshadowed by Spider-Man. I feel like if I saw this opening night, like it would be such an empty theater. I guess I will be seeing it opening night, so I can tell you exactly how empty or full the theater is. But yeah, no, it's just a very strange timing. Like even if it didn't have Spider-Man there, I feel like it's still a fairly strange timing, just because, like, let's say Spidey isn't there, I feel like there would still be like a Christmas or family movie that like more people would go see if that was like the same opening weekend. I liked your February pick. I feel like January or February would be a great time for this. But that's not happening. So we can play hypotheticals all we want, but it's not going that route.
Oh my god, I cannot find this fucking... I swear we just pulled it up like last week we were talking about Spider-Man. I've been trying to find like Box Office Mojo. I hate it so much. It used to be the best site ever, and now it's just... let's see here. So, let's see. I could hear myself echo one of you. I don't know who it is.
Talk to text over here. Trying to be all discreet. Yeah. Okay. So you're pulling up some numbers there. Is there anything I forgot to touch upon that you guys asked? I feel like sometimes I just ramble and I forget one of the questions.
Taylor, do you think it's comparable to what happened to Solo in 2018?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I feel like with Solo, this would be the case. Like, hey, we just had a Matrix movie, and like, oh, a few months later, we're having a spin-off Matrix movie. And this is based on the foundation of, hey, that previous Matrix movie had a lot of divisiveness. I feel like if you're comparing it in that route, where Last Jedi created a divisiveness amongst the community and the fan base, and then the spin-off comes out, then that would be more comparable and problematic. But I think in this case, like, it's just got like a long pending nostalgic feeling that's built up, right? Like people are waiting to see this.
You think they're waiting? Are they waiting to see this?
I think so, because I think a lot of people have rumored around, like, is there gonna be Matrix 4? Are they ever gonna like continue it or whatnot? And finally, like out of the blue, they just whipped out the Matrix 4. So,
is there people in your everyday that you're talking to, Taylor? It's like, oh man, like let's just take you back to like 2018. It's like, when's Matrix 4 coming out? I feel like when I found out, I feel like when Matrix 4 came out, it like blew my mind. I'm like, oh my god, what? We're getting another Matrix movie? This is like insane.
2013. Those are the conversations we had. Yeah.
I've been waiting years for Matrix 4. What the hell's going on? It left on such a cliffhanger.
I wasn't getting on the spot here, so I'll just find the one. So in the top 10 right now for openings this year, there's only 2, I think, of maybe I've had this outdated now. Maybe, oh my goodness. I think where's number 1 here? No, I think it's pretty up to date. So the only 2 for Warner Bros. Is Godzilla at 31 million. And then Dune is at number 8 with 40 million. But you look at the top 5, No Time to Die 55, 70 million for F9, Sung-Chi 70. So it seems like the top tier is like 70 to 90. I don't think it's getting anywhere near that. Clay says it'll make twice as much as Suicide Squad. I have to look at that's what I was trying to find. Yeah, that's 26 million opening. So can it beat Godzilla? I guess that's the question here is does Matrix have more hype than Godzilla? And it's not even more hype, like is it in a position where it could do better than Godzilla because of just the Spider-Man weekend? It have to break 31 million. I think 40 is the best shot it has, like just Dune level, but I worry it could be the same way Blade Runner came out. It was like, oh, there's all this hype for Blade Runner, and it just was like, poof. Like I worry it could do Suicide Squad numbers. I actually do think I wouldn't make that bet with you, Clay. That would make double because what is that, 26 million? So
let me pitch this to you. So I know, like, look at numbers, dollar signs, everything. Back to 1999, it's a very different time period compared to 20 years later. So let's look at it from this point. Godzilla, that movie is, I personally would say, much more popular overseas, or like back east, than it is in North America. So it generated a lot of money over there. Is Matrix Resurrections releasing in China? Because I know not all of these films these days are releasing there.
I don't know, but I highly doubt it because I think there's gonna be lots of gay action going on in this movie, so I don't think so.
Okay, that makes sense. I throw this out though because Matrix 1 in 1999, mind you, this is definitely different prices, everything. Domestically, it made 173 million, and internationally, it made just under 300 million.
But yeah, that's in the long run, right? Yeah,
that's in the long run. Yeah,
it depends. I just wonder because you look at, like, obviously, and just to clarify before someone like S Bubs takes that clip and cuts it. When I meant gay action, I mean like we're gonna have women and men getting it on. I'm pretty sure because like lots of the cast are gay people, and the directors, if you've looked into, well, I guess it's just the one director now. They went from the Wachowski brothers to the Wachowski sisters, so it's a thing of like and they've even said that the first Matrix is like an algorithm, not an algorithm. It's like it's an allegory for coming out as like a transgender person and being locked in certain things. So I just think back then China would have went all over their head. Now you have something like Venom that this week China's like, oh, Tom Hardy did an interview in 2012 where he said something bad about China. We don't think we're going to release Venom here. And I just, with the Wachowskis, I know it's just one Wachowski, but with Wachowski, with maybe some things they might tackle in this, if there's any sense of anything gay in here, like either one, Warner Brothers has to cut it if it's a homosexual scene or something like that, or they're just not going to do it. Like Eternals, lots of places did not play because kudos Disney and Marvel. I hope they do this more. I said, no, we're not going to cut that scene out. I think we should do more of that. Stop accepting this like money that has to be like, oh yeah, we want your movie. Just cut out everything about your culture, anything about people that like, you know, the people that already feel like they're in a box by themselves. Yeah, make them feel even smaller. I don't want them to do that. So the China thing I think is very mixed. I can see without that stuff, Matrix playing very well in a China. Like it's very cool. It's very, like actually like it has that almost like a kind of, I'd say the first Matrix that time have like an anime like type of feel like with the action. I'd say
absolutely.
Like very high octane, very like unbelievable action. So it's just tough because I just feel like what's going to happen is Matrix will come out, and I know Clay says like he sees lots of people seeing it family at Christmas. I feel it's the reverse, that, and maybe it could be a win. We've talked about this with Dune too, that maybe if the HBO Max numbers are just so good, like it comes out number one, I consider that a win. But I just still see a lot of people like, we got lots going on. We could just watch it at home tonight and be like, oh yeah, let's watch it at home. But Matrix, but with no messages or things. Yeah. And that doesn't sound like a really good movie to me. That would sound like that would be like whoever the like dude bros that watch Matrix and just like the action part and they just forgot the rest of the movie. You know, it's like I don't really want that. So this has the same power of Mortal Kombat this year. Yeah, but Fanboy Clay, go look at the Mortal Kombat box office. It did fine, but it didn't like blow up it was the HBO Max numbers. That's the number one movie. And I feel like Matrix could have a shot at that. Like I said, I feel like there's tons of people that be like, oh, I'll stay at home watch this. We could catch this on Boxing Day. We're filled. And I want to hear Kirklin's thoughts after this first ad break. I don't have the YouTube browser up, so we'll fix that later. And we're back. Kirklin, go ahead. I just realized we hadn't taken one yet, so.
Yeah, no, that was good timing. what was I even gonna go with that? Oh yeah, so I first of all, I didn't even know Mortal Kombat came out in theaters. I thought it was like strictly a streaming one. So yeah, there's that. And fuck, I was just giggling to myself, thinking, just like, what a way to describe a movie. It's like, fuck, there's a lot of gay action in there. Just that wording.
I
Fuck,
knew I
that's
had
hilarious.
to correct it because I just know I know
Absolutely.
somebody would be like, oh, and I just meant like
I didn't even-
we're gonna see some dudes going to town. And I wanted that, like it should. Like I said, you have Neil Patrick Harris, you got Jonathan Groff, like the director. Like I feel like there's and go watch if people are going to jump back into Wachowski's filmography. It bombed. A lot of people did not like it. I absolutely loved it. Go watch Cloud Atlas. That is one of my favorite kind of romantic movies. I just cannot recommend that movie enough. I love it. Now, yes, do they have things like Halle Berry dresses up as an Asian woman in full prosthetics? Yeah, there might be some questionable things looking back on it. But the good thing is they have the Asian people also dress up as white people. It's a whole like I'm not sure if you guys know about Cloud Atlas, but it's like
I've heard of it.
so it's like, let's say there's 6 love stories and it's like Tom Hanks and Halle Berry and stuff like that. And they play a role in each love story. So it's like there's 6 stories, but then there's only 10 actors and they're a different character in each story. And it's really good. Like I said, if someone were to say, hey, that's a little offensive, I would understand because at the time, even in 2012, I didn't even think about it, like, oh, all these actors are doing it. But I absolutely love that. And then you have people that defend Speed Racer a bunch. But yeah, Cloud Atlas, highly recommend if people are looking for a Wachowski's film to jump into this fall to get after Matrix and whatnot. So
And you got Hugo Weaving in there as well. Look at that.
oh yeah, he's fantastic. And the good thing is he's the villain in every story. So it's like in every story he's a piece of shit, you know? And
That's
like
great.
and it's great too because like we haven't seen Travis now wants gay action in Matrix. I want gay action in the MCU. I want it
Fuck yeah.
everywhere because it's just like it's like we talk about this all the time. And the reason I bring up is because like it's just unfortunately I'm a straight white male. I can't feel the same things that other people feel, but I have friends that do. And when you have those conversations about like, hey, you know, we don't get represented here, this doesn't happen, and so it's like I feel like especially in my life now that maybe it might be a bit different, but I feel like as I was growing up, those things are becoming less like, oh, like you're gay, like that's just a thing. I'm hoping my daughter's life, that's not really a conversation. I feel like it is moving that way. So it's like if the world is moving that way, where it's just like, hey, cool, we're fine if you live your life, do it. I think fucking fictional movies can do that talk about lightsabers and snapping and stuff. And like I said, it's just like, why are we accepting? Like, make the other people have to change. If they don't, China has lots of movies. They'll be fine, you know. Don't fucking take like something like Squid Game across the border because apparently some bad things might happen to you. So if you can't watch Matrix in your country, maybe travel to our country. Don't take it over there. But yeah, let's get it. Where else were we going here? Let's get it.
Well, I was just again touching upon like the Matrix's release. I feel like when I can still hear the echo. Does someone have like me playing somewhere else? It must be Travis. He's got like 3 phones probably. Yeah, Taylor's got the
I have
headphone.
no sound. I got no sound.
Is your
Chat, if you
phone?
hear
Is your
that-
phone there or something?
No, I literally have nothing playing your sound. Chat, if you hear it, let
Okay,
me know.
sus.
unless
I don't
it's
hear an
Kirkland
echo at
playing.
all.
Unless it's Kirkland going crazy. Well,
Maybe
yeah,
I am
guess-
going crazy.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you heard an echo, then Taylor would hear it from me.
No, when I talk, I hear myself like delayed somewhere else. You know what it is? I think I have our YouTube open. Oh no, I don't. Never mind.
Oh no, I thought we figured it out.
Oh no, yeah, I don't know where it's coming from, but nonetheless,
But okay, fair enough.
what are you sticking with?
I'll mute myself and see if that changes anything. Go.
So yeah, just thinking about like the Matrix coming out in December. I feel like a lot of the times when I talk to people, I can't hear the echo anymore.
Whoa, look at that.
I feel like just its release. Oh, what's that supposed to say? I love when people say that Matrix 4 is going to work like you slept through the first 3. I mean, I personally forgot about the last 2, but yeah, no,
Kirkland did sleep through the last 3. Or the last 2, yeah.
Just I feel like when I bring up the Matrix's release like this month, a lot of people like just still don't know that. They're like,
No.
oh, that's coming out this month.
Yeah.
And
People are gonna forget. They're gonna fucking forget. And
Yeah,
they're
it
gonna watch
is.
Matrix
They are.
2 weeks later on HBO Max on a Sunday at 1 and stop it halfway through and come back to it on a Tuesday.
yeah, no, like 100%. I feel like we're going to be in January and then it's going to be like just streaming. It's like, wait, when did this come out? It's like it came out in theaters. Like come on. But
Do you get that echo? Has it been gone? Has it gone away?
I don't know. I just got hit with gay action again. I started giggling.
Travis, I'm curious. Why do you keep moving your laptop like over yonder every like 10 minutes?
Don't worry about it.
He's looking. He's on blogs. He's on.
Yeah, well, it says,
on
I'll
Dirty Blog.
join you for the retros. We already got the retros going on, Clay. We're not saying Kirkland, you do them alone. I'm the only one that does retros alone with a Dexter, you know. But no, it's 3 movies. It's pretty easy to do. So.
That's a pretty easy one, but
Yeah.
yeah, just like I don't know. Is it their marketing? Is it just people not really caring about the Matrix that much anymore? Like I don't know what it is. I mean, like a wise woman once
people
said,
should care. You know?
like a wise woman once said, Kate Bishop. You know, it's all about your branding. It's all about your branding issue. Is that what it is? We were just talking about the like. I personally couldn't tell you what the other poster is, other than like the 2 pills. Like, am I just not seeing the Matrix everywhere?
I think it might just be a problem as you see Spire everywhere. Like that to me, that is the thing where it's just
That's a great point.
That's
yeah.
what pushes the traffic. That's what people are talking about. I guess the only thing we'll have to see is like because here's the thing. I was gonna say like maybe after Spider-Man is when you get that the week after Spider-Man. Those and even then, look at Spider-Man. This is the problem. Matrix comes out on the Wednesday, so it's like you have what? So it's like the 17th, so 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, 22. You only have 5 days separating Spider-Man and Matrix. That's the one. Yeah, I really like that poster. That looks like
That
a
is
fucking
nice,
video
yeah.
game poster, like 100% though, but in the best way possible. But I just think that the problem is before you'd have the movie comes out and maybe a few more days to build hype or get people talking. But you know what's going to happen is because these trailers and whatnot haven't revealed Toby and Andrew. So you know what people are going to be talking about the rest of the week after is Toby and Andrew 100%.
Yeah.
Because they,
100%.
those scenes, it's going to be Toby and Andrew. Dude, Andrew's finally going to be able not to lie and be like, oh, I was in the movie. Like, everyone's still going to talk about that. And like, I already bought my...
Screenshot that, Taylor. Screenshot. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, fuck
It's
yeah.
gone.
I already bought my tickets for the second week for Spider-Man to go see it with my sister. So it's like I feel like, especially there will be people that don't know about the Toby and Andrew thing. Like the few of them that don't, you know, that when I say like, oh, it's not going to go towards opening weekend, I still believe that. But they'll pick up on it if they really want to see it. That's the next week. And again, that's like a good like. Family, if you want to see an action movie with the family during Christmas, that's the safe one. You know you're not going to get fucking Neo like going down on Trinity in a Blyberry somewhere because they've reunited. It's going to be Spider-Man like going down to catch MJ. That's the only going down he's going to be doing, you know? But
Unfortunately.
like I hope as long as anyone's going down that I hope they've used Manscaped because Kirkland talked about it earlier, but this is my time to tell you a little bit more. It's the holiday season. You don't know what Do you not know what to get as a gift or stocking stuffer? Can you tell I got a new ad read sent to me by Manscaped? Because I did. Well, today's sponsor and this whole rest of year sponsor is Manscaped. We have the tools to guarantee you that you win this year's stocking stuffer or white elephant competition. Manscaped is the leader of men's below the waist grooming, and they have served 4 million men worldwide. If my math is correct, how many balls is that, guys?
At least
million.
2.
8 million, Taylor. Circle gets the square right there. And right now, you can use our code at GVPOD, GVPOD at manscaped.com to get free shipping and 20% off. Naughty or nice, 'tis is the season. Manscaped's best-selling product is the Performance Package 4.0 with the top of every man's wish list. Inside, you'll find the Lawnmower Body Trim, the 4.0 with the light and that 4K light. It saves you all the time, you know. Inside, I said that already. Market for your balls, butt, body, and the Weed Whacker, which these gentlemen love for your ears and nose trimmer. The godsend, you know. Finally, these guys can breathe. They lived their whole life not being able to breathe, and now they can. Get the Performance Package now and receive their 2 free gifts, the Boxers and the Shred Travel Bag. Dads can't stop talking about this. Teens secretly want to buy this. Don't be a secret. Just go buy it. Just buy it, you know? And women will love you for it. Or men will love you for it. Because, again, I was talking about this in season. Just because, like, it might be cold and you might be like, oh, I grow a little scruff, a little beard to keep me from the frost, whatnot. Keep a little unkept. Don't do that. You know, just because you're going to be full at Thanksgiving, not worrying about it. You know what's the good thing of Christmas? It's happening on a weekend, so you got time to recover. You don't got work the next day. You know what you might have? Some fucking to do, and you want to be Manscaped when that happens. Manscaped 2, and this is what comes in the free stockings. Now, these are our picks for Manscaped Surefire Wind Stocking Stuffers. The Manscaped 2-in-1 Shampoo Conditioner just launched, which I'm excited to try it. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, gentlemen. Don't got to worry about shampoo. Don't got to worry about conditioner. They're together. That's the best thing. Manscaped Cologne Infused Body Wash. Shears 2.0 luxury 4-piece nail kit. I have not even seen.
That's
They got
new.
some new stuff going on
Yeah.
here. This is why they sent me this ad read, ladies and gentlemen, this week. They're like, you're reading this the first half of December. Fuck, that's awesome. Because I will say, I don't even know if it's on here. Crop mops, ball wipes for your stanky balls. Man, Tay, that sounds like for you.
Oh, give it to me.
Because not because he thinks he has stanky balls, we wouldn't know about that, but because he says he loves the colognes and the sprays. You got some wipes going on right now.
Oh, I love all that kind of stuff. You know, like as a man, like it's just you're moving around lots. You know, sometimes you just gotta keep yourself good hygiene. Good hygiene.
Well, and that's the whole thing that's so like annoying if you look at like dualities or like double standards. Women are always supposed to be like upkept and clean, and they're always putting on perfume and stuff like that. Men, you can do the same thing. Don't just leave that to the ladies. When someone walks in, everyone looks at the lady, they could be looking right at you behind. So, and formally as well, Manscaped's signature cologne. They want you to let you know that these formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free, so you know their products are legit. So make sure you go use this code GVPOD. Get 20% and free worldwide shipping. Lots of good stuff. And I will say, this isn't even an ad read. I got their Plow, which is the face shaver. Highly recommend. I really like it. So it's like, it's really cool because the shaver, it's like metal, has like some weight to it. And then you have a blade. You put the blade in there. You actually screw it in yourself. So you can buy, it comes with 2 blades, which is nice. You can buy them. And it's not exactly like a straight razor, but it has that quality of it's just one blade, one razor. It's nice. So if you guys like next time you need like an actual just face shaver, it's good because I've been trying to use. I went on a kick for a while of just using electric shavers, but I want just as you get older, unfortunately, puberty finally hit in and the beard just won't stop growing. But you get that clean shave, it takes a little while. So I recommend the Plow. Really good.
That's good to know.
Yeah, again, this is why we are happy because we did the first month with them. They liked what we brought, and we like what they brought because I'm using products that they're not even recommending. They didn't even send us for free. That was my own money, and man, the Plow's really good. The weight, it's just this nice like stainless steel. Very cool.
That's good to know. Yeah, now that I'm getting older, I might have to shave soon. I've never shaved a day in my life. Look at this.
Never shaved a day in your life. Wow, that 5 o'clock shadow. Well, he doesn't have one. It's been a 23-year-old shadow.
19. Come on.
Do you like using the ball cream, Kirklin?
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you asked me because I was just today, honestly, I was going to the bathroom, and it's a part of my daily routine now. Like after the shower, put on my crop preserver. It's anti-chafing. It's so nice. Put it on there. And it's got just such a nice like man cologne smell to it. But honestly, like when I'm showering in the morning, sometimes I'm like half asleep. So I like kind of forgot I even did it because it's just so routine now. And then later on in the afternoon, go to the bathroom, and then I'm just like, oh, what is this? What is this beautiful man that's entered this bathroom right now? And then I realized that it's me, and it's my men downstairs that smell so good. And it was like 10 points of happiness just like increased. So absolutely go check that out.
There's a trick. I realized like when you
There's a
apply
trick.
it, you lift up, you go all around every corner crevice, and like after that though, you gotta like. You can't just pull the
You gotta let
the
air
Manscaped
dry
boxers. Yeah, you gotta let air dry.
Oh,
so
you gotta air
get
dry,
into
yeah.
motion. You gotta go like, you gotta like do some spins, some 360s,
Do some
and just
helicopter.
really get in there. Exactly.
Helicopter
just
dick,
get it in
helicopter
there.
dick. Remember when Taylor didn't know what helicopter dick was? Yeah.
Typo.
I gotta send that to Manscaped because either they'll really like Taylor's motion, or they'll be like, "Hey, we want to pull our funding from you guys and everything." But yeah, go get that because obviously, yes, they're a sponsor, helps the podcast, but you get some really great products for a discount. So, talking about some really great stuff or not so great stuff, I have 2 things with this topic. But the first thing is all Taylor that topic because Taylor, we were gonna do some predictions. We ran out of time. I want to know what are your thoughts about Venom 2, specifically Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
I liked it more than the first one.
Oh man, you know what? Let's just do that. That's the way.
That's
to
what
go
he
right
told
there.
me. That's what he told me.
It's a 2-man cast now, so I like
I
being on the bottom.
didn't like.
Yeah, you do. It's classic male, just letting the woman do all the work.
No, my dick is that big. It's just like it loops around.
You're just like on your back, laying next to her.
Send us pictures of it.
It's
We saw
in
pictures of it the other
Zoolander.
day.
In Zoolander when he's gonna massage, he's like he can like just move his. That's what mine does. That's how I got Emily. I'm very lucky.
Now is this a perfect movie? by all means, no, it's not a perfect movie, but I have to say I really liked the relationship that we had with Eddie and Venom in this film. I thought that it was a lot more fun and a lot more grown from the first one. I liked they had a little bit of like a hiccup or whatever, but I liked that they really were just hand in hand together, and it was funny. A lot of the moments I was genuinely laughing at, and there were some moments which were cool, some moments were cringy, and I still don't know how I feel about Woody Harrelson as Carnage. I feel like Carnage really kind of got the shaft. They made Carnage to seem out to be like super and crazy powerful. Shriek didn't need to be in the movie. I feel like there's no point. They could have saved her, but she really just kind of didn't do anything. I don't know how Detective Mulligan is in the scenario he's in now.
You can spoil Let There Be Carnage. The fact that he got a symbiote and they didn't show it on screen makes no fucking sense.
I don't know how we got that at all. It doesn't make any sense.
Kirklin forgot that. He forgot that plot point,
I did.
didn't you?
I absolutely
I
did.
could tell by your point. He I could see Kirklin's mind, the gears literally turning of like what happened? Detective Mulligan? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew that we were going to get something in regards to his character because obviously he was... Why throw him in there if you're not going to bring in Toxin at some point? So there we go. But I'm happy that we'll get Toxin, and it is sad that Carnage is just one and done and gone already because I think Carnage is pretty cool. I remember when I'd be in elementary school and be playing Spider with my friends. My friend would be Spider-Man. I'd be Carnage, and I thought it was super cool.
Were you always the bad guy?
I would be Green Goblin when that movie came out, and we'd be out in the playground.
Okay,
This is grade 2
be Chameleon now.
Grade 2 and grade 3, and then finally, then I go move up to Carnage. Just skipped Venom altogether. Straight Carnage.
The anti-hero. He's like borderline good, so they don't want you to be the good guy. They just like beat you up, but it's allowed because you're the bad guy.
Yeah. Those days were so good. I remember flying around on the soccer field pretending I was flying on my glider, throwing pumpkin bombs.
It's over for you.
It's over for you, Taylor's friend. It's over for you, Ruben.
Oh, so good.
You really didn't know each other. I just picture Taylor and Ruben, little 2-year-olds playing on the field.
I picture Ruben being like 6 years old with his goatee, honestly.
Yeah.
Just like same look.
Do you agree with S-Bub's statement here, Taylor? If the Eminem song had been better, I would have bumped it up a star.
I agree.
Yeah, the fucking Carnage song was a huge letdown. That was not catchy at all. The Venom song, Swiffer the Nation. This, nothing. You know why? Because it was just featuring E-Minum. They got to get, I think it was Skylar Grey that did it. I like Skylar Grey.
Don't say that word.
It gets Kirkland every time. Get Skylar Grey out of here. You got to get E-Minum back as the full singer. And so I am happy. I'm not happy you liked it more than the first one. But happy Friday, boys. Well, I guess tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, you made me excited, man. You thought it was the fucking weekend now. I still got one more day to work and listen to bitch people phone me and be like, I'm missing this. I don't want to say anything more. I'll get fired. But anyway, so I'm happy that you felt the way you did about Carnage. I'm glad that there's consensus in the world. It's just kind of like, man, they really bungled Carnage. How do you feel? Because it's going to transition into our next topic. Because me and Kirkland talked about it a bit on Monday, but there's been some updates. So obviously, I know you had probably heard about the end credit scene. You may even have seen the end credit scene before the movie. But how do you feel now or just your thoughts of the official end credit of Venom being plopped into seemingly the MCU multiverse, and now he licks the screen and he says "tasty" and whatever the fuck happened.
I kind of liked it. It's kind of like, in your relationship, something new happens, and you're like, I kind of liked it, and that's what went on. So, I just think,
They meet Tim.
That's not a compromise we'll get around to doing.
No you situations. No Hakuna Matatas.
Staring in the mirror. Oh, you gotta love yourself before you can love other people.
Oh man, I miss you. I know it's.
I miss Carrie. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss them all. I'm gonna miss love. Spoilers, but anyway. So you liked the Venom whatever end credits.
I like the end credit scene. I liked when he just all of a sudden and he's just gone. He's out.
See you later.
See you later. I liked how Venom just popped in there, and I'm assuming that's when the spell goes bad. When in No Way Home, when Doctor Strange is doing what he's doing. So I like that. It wasn't like this long build up, and I'm happy now that we have the confirmation that, hey, there is no like it's not part of the MCU. It wasn't there when Thanos snapped his fingers. It's a different multiverse dimension, and I'm happy with that. That's great. That means Sony has their own thing that they're sticking to. That's fine. They're different. I know before, and I will eat my own words, because before in the past I said like Sony should just stick away because they're riding off the success of Marvel, and I do believe that they 100% are just shafting their way in their superhero content. But now that we're at this point, they're keeping it separate universes. I can live with that. I can move forward with that, and we can just kind of get some excitement, because again, that means and makes sense why we're getting all these other Spider-Man villains popping in. So why not have this as well? It just makes me wonder more so than ever, if Morbius is in the same universe as Venom, and then we see those Spider-Man posters in Morbius's universe, does that mean they're in two separate universes and they come into the same one? Are they both going into Tom Holland's? Or did Morbius and Venom have a Spider-Man in their universe and something happened? That Spider-Man became a murderer? I got more questions on that front.
He also became a murderer, just like Tom Holland. Well, and then you always forget the monkey wrench. Remember in those trailers, Michael Keaton is in those trailers.
Yeah,
So
maybe he got snapped out of the
Michael
MCU
Keaton?
timeline. Yeah, and he got snapped
Michael
into
Keaton.
the Sony one.
They're like, you fucking went back to being Batman? That's it. We're going to put you in the Sonyverse. No! Not that one. So, yeah, I want to get your thoughts, too, because so me and Kirklin talked about it on Monday, but now there is, like I said, some development to the story of that. So we talked about that. Amy Pascal, the classic Taylor, you probably remember her as the person that said, oh, yeah, Venom and MCU are the same universe, and Feige had that like look on his face a few years ago. So I don't even know. I don't have it anymore, but it's when you put on the thumbnail. But so that happened, and then a few days later on that report, it was like the Tuesday or something like that, where the Hollywood Reporter put out a report that they said that they've contacted insiders and said that there's no planned trilogy whatsoever. Now, before I get Taylor's thoughts, because you didn't give your full thoughts, in my opinion, those insiders are Kevin Feige or someone that works for Kevin Feige. Because as I said when we speculated...
Kevin Feige's hitman.
100%. As I said when we speculated, I'm like, okay, let's take this. If this is true, what would happen? I did say, though, this has happened before, where she's putting something out in the universe, kind of like, oh, yeah, it's happening. And then if it doesn't happen, it kind of makes Marvel and Feige look like the fucking assholes who are like, oh, you're not, like, oh, I thought there was a planned trilogy. You're not doing it. Tom Holland's fucking oblivious because they asked him on the red carpet. He's like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. The future looks bright. Like, I don't know what that even fucking means. Like, it's just, it's just like he's oblivious or he's doing a good job playing the game, even though, the 30 comments. So, Taylor, how do you feel about this where you have a producer from Sony saying, we are working with the MCU, this is not the last MCU Spider-Man movie, and we got a trilogy plan. And then you have insiders that say, and this is the Hollywood Reports, this is like a S-tier scoop, or like Deadline, Hollywood Variety, they are like the bee's knees. They're usually guys that are not getting stuff wrong, they got the most connections. So you have an opposing force saying, no, this is not actually happening, this is just a lot of chatter.
So you have the boss saying that there is this happening, and you have people that are scoopers saying it's not.
You have a producer, like Amy, she's the main producer of the Spider-Man movies on the Sony side. You have Hollywood Reporter saying they have insiders telling them that no, this isn't the case. This is wrong information.
Wouldn't the producer still outrank that?
But the question is though, what? Okay, so Taylor, here's the thing: if Feige and Sony are talking, right? And let's say they can't come together on a deal. And Sony in public says, hey, we've created a deal and we're going to do more Spider-Man movie. We can't wait. But then in a month from now, for Spider-Man, Feige goes, we're not doing any more Spider-Man. Wouldn't you kind of think that's kind of positioning the fans to make Feige and Marvel be like the bad guys? Because Amy could be like, oh, well, I said we were going to do it. Sony's all about doing Sony and MCU or Spider-Man MCU stuff. But if Feige's like, no, we're not really up to that, that's where it's like Feige, I don't think is going to get on Twitter and be like, Amy Pascal's fucking lying. She's not telling the truth. But this happens a lot with negotiations stuff where either him or more likely maybe somebody, if this is the case for Marvel, or maybe people in Sony are like, no, she's fucking crazy. Like that's not like that's not true at all. She's just trying to say that out there. Don't you see how they could kind of position Feige and company to look like the bad guys? Like, oh, they didn't want to work out a new deal with us.
Put your bias aside, Taylor. I know you're a Kevin Feige fanboy.
I mean, it would make them look bad, but again, the ultimate hand at play would just showcase, hey, Sony's trying to force Marvel and Feige to do something that they don't want to do. The MCU knows what they're doing with their story, so if Sony is trying to shaft in a whole nother trilogy of Spider-Man movies and push it into the MCU, I'm more than happy to have Spider-Man keep on going, but as it's got to work with the story, and I feel like if you're pushing Feige to get this character shafted in there, then that's not a good thing. So I feel like Sony's just kind of it doesn't make them look good because they're saying one thing and pushing for all this stuff and everything like that, and obviously they can't keep their mouths shut.
Unless she's telling the truth, but we don't know that, you know. Kirklin, where are you on this now? Because you and I did a whole cast about this, but which would be funny if it actually wasn't true. But it'd be a fun what if cast.
Absolutely.
Whose side are you on here that you think what's going on? You know, like what's where you know, you're always Switzerland, but you got to jump on one curtain or the other.
Yeah, so just clarify for me, I know all about the Amy Pascal comments, and then now what's come out since then? Just Feige being like, she's fucking crazy. I could smell alcohol in her breath. That's not true.
That's exactly the same. Yeah, the reason I was bringing my laptop back and forth because I forgot to bring in my stool, but it was for the Manscaped app. But I'm bringing it again right now because I got to fix my desk. All it was that a reporter has said that insiders say there are no official plans for a trilogy at this time.
Yeah, that's like.
All
That's like 100% Feige is like, okay, this calls up Hollywood Reporter, whoever the hell did it, and just no, we're because I feel like that is the most logical thing to say at this point in time, and that's something that I would expect any exec like at this point in time. Like, I feel like even if they had a trilogy announced or something like that, like they would just completely save that until after the release of No Way Home. I don't know what the gain is from like saying that. I feel like I don't know. It's weird though because Amy Pascal seemed like pretty pumped on like sharing that news. It's not like she just like slipped up or something and I was like, oh yeah, okay, the trilogy's coming.
She stopped, and that's why it feels designed because they said like, oh, your deal with Marvel and everything, and the quote was she said, "Let me stop you right there," and then she pulled a Kanye West, and then she continued to talk.
Let you finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, but we're actually doing more movies with MCU. Like she was if you look at the Fandango interview, you can go find it. She's the one that steered the interview into that conversation.
Yeah, that's deadly, and I'm very not surprised that like this comment got revealed since then. I'm just like at this time because that's not a hard no or hard net or a hard yes.
And the thing is too, like we know that Tom. Okay, there's always extensions, but we know the news contract was one more Spider-Man movie. We're getting that in 3 weeks, and one more MCU appearance. We haven't got that. Who's to say you don't even do new contract till that appearance happens? And clearly, it's not going to happen at least until fucking May, until Doctor Strange. So it's like there might not. And I honestly don't believe as well that maybe they would. But I still feel like, wouldn't you both want to wait to see what the box office is for the next Spider-Man movie and then talk? Because the last time, pretty much it was all about money, that Marvel wanted more money and Sony didn't want to give them more percentage. So, like, why wouldn't they want to say, like, hey, look at what we did here? I think Sony's in an interesting position because, like, to be honest, like, let's just, like, fucking, we love Kevin Feige, and let's cut the shit, though. We're not excited for this movie because Doctor Strange. There's a few people, of course, but no one's really that excited for that movie because of Doctor Strange.
He's in this? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Forgot about that.
Except Gwen, because she's always like Spider-Man with the Doctor Strange guy in it.
Yeah.
But like, Sony, technically, they could have introduced some other element, right? Not Doctor Strange, but something else in Sony Universe. Madam Web, you could fucking replace Madam Web with Doctor Strange and do the same movie. And I think the assurance that it is MCU helps us be excited for this. But if we were to see all these characters come back, and imagine, let's go back in time when they did split up, right? And everyone's like, oh, fuck, like Sony's going to do a Spider-Man movie on their own. Like they did Spider-Man 3. They just did Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like they don't have the greatest track record as of late with these live action Spider-Man movies. And if we got one trailer with all these fucking Dafoe, Doc Ock, if there was no Feige involved, we would all still be hyped. We may go, oh, we don't know if it's going to be good, but we can't wait to fucking see it. So at the same time, the double standard is, what if that's Feige and Marvel's idea, right? What if their idea was, hey, like, let's bring in all your old characters back and actors? So it's a chicken egg thing that we don't know. But again, I feel like the stuff that's making this movie the most hyped, if Sony and Marvel ever split up, they could do 3 movies with Tom, Andrew, and Toby. They don't need Feige or MCU to do those movies, right? So it's going to be an interesting situation where I feel like, I don't know how much more Marvel's percentage could go up after this, because like Sony could make the case like, yeah, this is the house we built over here,
It's an interesting thing that you brought up there, because like in my mind, I love the Homecoming movie, Far From Home. I'm a big fan of this interpretation of Spider-Man. He's not my Spider-Man. Still gonna be Toby forever. But I'm still probably on like the more positive side of,
Yeah.
because I don't know. There's people that just think it's the lesser of whatever ones they are. But like all that being said, even if this was fucking Jack Black as Spider-Man or something, and that's the era that we're in, and it's like, like I'm doing an extreme example here, but just like a different character that maybe isn't great for me personally. If I knew that possibly Toby, Defoe, all these people are coming out, it wouldn't fucking matter if these movies are 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. I would still be so over the moon hyped. I would be maybe a little bit more nervous, thinking like, oh, what are they gonna do to my boy Toby? Like, this is gonna be a little scary, but still.
Take it this way. Say this movie never happened and they said Venom 3 was going to feature Andrew and Toby. You'd be like, oh, fuck, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Because like, even though it's not
exactly.
Spider-Man, still you'd be like, man, they're going to put like, yeah, it's Venom, but like Toby and Andrew are coming back. Like, this is going to be really exciting.
And like that alone puts asses in seats.
Yeah.
like that's gonna just sell tickets right there. So, like you mentioned, like it's an interesting position Sony's. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
There's
Yeah.
your Jack Black Spider-Man.
He's on point with the gifts lately. He had the
He
Elijah
is.
Wood one
He's
last
quick.
time. Jack Black this
You
one.
can see him like work hard too when he's like he got some gears turning
Oh,
in his
yeah.
brain.
Yeah. Like it's either that or like Master Chief porn. I never know what's going to pop up, you know. It's Greg.
He clicks the wrong gif. Yeah. But yeah, no, because it is an interesting position Sony's in, because I feel like if they're going into more negotiations, like if this is massive success and the intermingling of these different Spider-Men are just, they knock it out of the park, like Sony has like the cards in that situation. It's like, well, you want to pair with us? Okay, then you got to meet these demands, because
Well,
they don't need, like you already mentioned, Doctor Strange to sell this movie or anything.
And I was going to mention too, don't forget the director after this is going to do Fantastic Four. So it's not like could be a clean break for Spider-Man before, because it would be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
they don't have John Watts. But it's like, well, they probably wouldn't have John Watts no matter what. Like I
Yeah.
think no matter who directs Spider-Man 4, if it's MCU or Sony, it's going to be a new person. So I think that it's interesting. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's, like I said, I feel like I'm very excited because it's so funny. They announced that. So this tomorrow, press is seeing the movie, but get this: the rumors are only seeing 40% of the movie. They're not even letting them see the whole thing.
They're hiding Toby, aren't they?
I think so. The rumor
Yeah.
is that premiere night, which is like December 13th. So like, what is that? 3 days before the actual movie. That's when they'll show the full movie. But then even then, like I think it's like the 15th and 6th, or the 15th is in Australia and UK and stuff like that. So they're waiting as slow as they can. But yeah, that is the rumor right now. But my point is, like I said last week, all it's gonna matter is when we get Feige on these red carpets and when he does interviews, because people are going to ask him about this. You know what's going to happen, and he's going to have the most diplomatic answer. He's going
Yeah.
to say something that will try to pick apart. Like he's going to say something that will like lean both ways, but he will lean one way, and it's going to be interesting because because like again, we talked about this on Monday. If he just says, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to do this," we're talking like we're gonna break this down this weekend and we're gonna find a way. But he's gonna give some like, there's lots of great possibilities with Sony and Marvel, and Spider-Man can cross universes, and that's a great power. And I think the future's exciting. And then he's gonna walk away. He's not gonna he's not gonna tip his whatever cap he has on that night, which will be a Spider-Man one. It's just like it's like the Sony logo, but like cross is over it. And he's like, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with Spider-Man in the future. And he's like, dead face, doesn't even address the hat. But yeah, I'm very excited for the press interviews Feige's gonna be doing in the next little bit here. And yeah, Tom too, they'll put him on the fire and see what fucking thing he says about being 30 now. So
He's got like a shock collar. Just Kevin Feige's got the button ready for anything.
yeah. Anything else on this topic here? Well, go ahead.
I got to pinch myself thinking that we're in the same month that Spidey's releasing, honestly. Like, I am just getting so excited for this. The weeks are just getting closer and closer to...
You already forgot about The Matrix.
Already forgot. Oh,
Already.
no,
Well,
not quite.
yeah. Let's take our second ad break, and we're going to talk about some Hawkeye news and why it's doing some low business maybe. So we'll be right back. And we're back. So I'm going to get the specific numbers here because I'm on a roll today and not having my stuff up. But I'm going to get the specific numbers. So in this order, Hawkeye obviously debuted. It's had 3 episodes so far. Go check out our reviews. Right now, though, it's debut weekend or whatever the what is. I think it's views, because right now, as we always say, there's a thing called Samba TV. Now, Samba TV, usually the numbers it puts out, it's going to be bigger because. I'm someone on Samba TV, but when you get asked, you can literally say, no, I don't want to be on Samba TV. So there's probably tons of people that are like, the government's watching me. I can't do this. You know, they're gonna know I'm watching this porn. They're gonna report me. The government will know anything you're doing, ladies and gentlemen. So don't worry about being on Samba TV. But anyway, so like if I were to say, hey, 2 million people watch this, it's probably like a higher number. But either way, Samba TV has tracked these finales or these premieres before. Right now, it went Loki, Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and then this. I have to look, but I'm pretty sure Loki was like 2.5 million for the debut. Falcon Winter Soldier was 1.6, Wanda was 1.5, and then I think Hawkeye is like 1.3, 1.4, and like that's what I want to ask you guys, because maybe you guys are in a different camp, because I talked about this with the Marvel Alliance guys. I'm not sure if they talk about on the show because I only got to watch the first half, but they were both on different sides, where Brent was in my camp, where he was surprised because I agree with him. Like the amount of subscribers that Disney Plus have gotten over the past year, you would think more would go that way. But Chris said, I'm not really surprised. It's Hawkeye, you know, maybe a lower, not he wouldn't say low tier character, but just like out of the ones, that seems like the one that would be the lowest. For me, I actually thought it would be kind of like below Loki, or not like right like a 2.4 or something. But I mean, like I thought it would be second, because WandaVision makes sense. That was the first Marvel show, and that was Disney Plus was still just over a year. Falcon Winter Soldier, to me, okay, I think I could have seen it beating that, because I feel like Hawkeye, yeah, he's a lower tier Avenger, but it's like he's one of the first main 6 Avengers to get a show. You have Haley Steinfeld, who has a huge fan base. You have these Marvel shows that have been killing it, and new subscribers, and it's also been how long since Loki? When did that end? July. So I know we got Marvel Zombies, but there's tons of what?
Fuck, I looked. I shouldn't have looked.
Oh no, Kirklin just sent a meme. Anyways, so like it's been, what is it, August, September, October, November. It's been 4 months since a Marvel MCU live action show. And like I said, Zombies is there, but you know there's tons of people not watching that. So I actually thought it was going to do much better than it did. So Kirk and Patzer, do you have any theories of why it is ranked last place as far as debuts goes for the MCU shows?
Shout outs to Kirklin.
That's why you need to go look at the videos.
It's got the red eyes that we all love. I feel like the easy and lazy answer is it's Hawkeye. You know, it's a lot less appealing than Loki, WandaVision. I feel like and like even with Falcon Winter Soldier in there, I feel like on paper, I feel like I kind of want to say WandaVision surprised me a bit, just because I thought it was like a little too weird for like general audience. Maybe just a lot of people were thirsting over, you know, the main actress, and also just I don't know, because
IMDb's #1 actress for the year shows again
Absolutely.
that show made her fucking a queen, and she's big time news. So you know,
yeah, and because like when I was talking to quite a few people about it, they were unsure in those early episodes, and then once it got into a more classic like Avengers or MCU type feel with like the agents, you know, you had were they Shield at that time? I can't even remember now.
Shield, sword.
Shield, sword, one of those weapons, and
she shored by the she shored.
Yeah, so like once they got into that stuff, they're like, oh yeah, I'm really loving this show now. But like just the weird early episodes. From the people I was talking to, they weren't the biggest fans of it, other than us, of course.
Yeah,
but,
to clarify, Hawkeye, it was 1.3, so it was a 0.2 under WandaVision. And like I said, Loki, big jump with 2.5, which to me, I'm not surprised, because like I know he's not an Avenger, but Loki is like, he's arguably the most popular villain of the MCU. I know there's stats, but still, he's been around for so long. Tom Hiddleston's big. I actually don't think anything's going to be Loki for a while. The only thing I think coming up on Disney Plus that could is maybe Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan can be such a big name. But I guess maybe you could say Mando 3 maybe, but I still think like Loki is just such a big character. Yeah, but you had that Luke Skywalker cliffhanger in Mando, right?
Yeah, but like the thing with Loki, like I think that's the only show actually Shay's seen in entirely is Loki. And like even her parents were like wanting to watch Loki, and they don't have any interest in the other shows. I don't know if it's just because it's Loki, it's a lovable anti-hero, main actor helps as well. I don't know specifically what made that. I don't know. Maybe Owen Wilson helps a bit too. But
yeah, I just think it's he is, and like it sounds weird, but he's the closest thing the MCU has to the Joker, where it's just like it's a name. Now, like you see Loki, you know that character. He's been in so many, and I don't care
Yeah.
what people say. Him being the first Avengers film very much helps because, yeah, of course, Endgame, Infinity War are bigger than the 2012 one, but that left such a mark on people because that was like the first Avengers. That was such a big event, right? So I feel like that character Loki, and especially Tom Hiddleston, like go on, Tumblr back in the day, people just thirst over Tom Hiddleston as Loki. And I feel like
Yeah.
he kind of has that, it's a weird cliche, but that whole, the men want to be him, the women want to be with him sort of thing. Like he's just a very bankable star where if you look at all the other, everyone else, Haley Steinfeld to me does have a big fan base, but it's not as big as Hiddleston's, but still growing. I feel like if you were to do a WandaVision season 2, that would be very big because Elizabeth Olsen was like a name, but now she's getting that, like we talked about before. I always talk about the show. It brought up to a level of like she's getting that top tier MCU. She's getting to where that Tom Hiddleston name could be. But her and Paul Bettany, more lower tier Avengers, no. Yeah, sure, Falcon, Winter Soldier, they're likable characters, but I don't think they're ones that people were same as Loki. Like, man, it's Loki. Loki is like even like you said, it's Hawkeye. Loki out of all of them, you could argue is like the real like only main eventer. If you were to tier those heroes, he's clearly on a tier much higher than them, right? Like popularity wise.
Yeah, I think Wanda is trending that direction.
But I mean now. I mean like think
yeah,
about
as
in
right now, you're right.
Think about
No,
in
you're right.
January
Yeah.
this year when it premiered. People are like, oh right, the robot and the girl.
Yeah. No, if you're for sure on point there. I think it's. I mean, again, I'm dissecting your words here, but you said Kate Bishop's like getting there. I think it's really early in her journey
No,
of getting there.
No, I used Haley Steinfeld as an example. I think she has I thought her fan base would bring in enough to get it past WandaVision.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like it's not only her as the actress, but it's her as the singer too. Has had like
Yep.
multiple big hits. So and people all like I remember when this like she got cast, everyone was so excited. So I thought maybe again not to beat Loki, but at least I thought the show at least should have beat WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier. I really do, and I'm kind of surprised it didn't. And maybe if we get a certain uncle revealed next few weeks, it'll like track because that's the thing where WandaVision like built up quite a bit, even more so. But I'm surprised that it didn't beat those two. So
Yeah. I'm surprised because I think it was what you and Brent were talking about, how just Disney Plus has never had so many subscribers. And then you got to imagine a lot of those people have seen the previous shows and they're like, okay, when's the next show coming out? Well, then there's Hawkeye. That's what we're going to be watching. But I don't know, because quite a few people that I talked to at work, like they had seen all the previous shows and they just showed some lack of interest in Hawkeye. Maybe it's just because it's Hawkeye, unfortunately. But I hope it's a one that really grows on people. Like maybe the initial numbers aren't great, and then once people start hearing just word of mouth, and then I don't know, they're sitting at home at Christmas time and their holidays, and they see this Christmas show. Hopefully that'll help a lot.
Well, and I also think it helps. There's three things that really help here. Just in general, Spider-Man, because people, if they like Spider-Man, walk out, they want more Marvel, right? And like, oh, there's Hawkeye show. I like Hawkeye enough. I'll put it on. And it's the other 1-2 punch of if Kingpin is in this, look at this trajectory we go. We go Kingpin, Spider-Man Far From or No Way Home, stupid home titles, with potentially Matt Murdock, so that could tie that duality. And then the week after Spider-Man is the finale of Hawkeye. So you get a lot of excitement building up to that finale of Hawkeye, just like Marvel in general. And especially, I do think if Kingpin's in it, not that I'm saying that Netflix Marvel is a massive draw, but I think the same way Kang, when he was in Loki, and if you didn't know who Kang was, you woke up the next morning and Kang was trending everywhere on Twitter. Wilson Fisk, Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin, that will be all over the map. And that's one of those things that will give people that FOMO of like, oh, I should have been watching Hawkeye because they brought in Kingpin from Netflix. That's really cool. Even if you haven't seen it, just the idea of bringing in other characters, people love crossovers, right? So that if they even hear that, oh, they brought in that guy from Netflix, oh, shit, I should have been watching. Oh, there's one more episode left. I better binge it all before the finale, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Kingpin week, like the week that that episode comes out, and again, I'm just kind of assuming it's going to happen. I think that'll be a very, very interesting time. Just in the scope of the show, and just I don't know, just people's hype level on it. Because like if you're just looking at Hawkeye, maybe you're not a big fan of Hawkeye, but you have some knowledge of the comics or whatever, and then you just hear Kingpin's in there. Like I think that's a big seller, honestly. It's just such a big force. I could be completely wrong by that, but I think I'm pretty in the right camp there with that assumption.
Plus,
I don't
it's
know.
pretty interesting that we have what is it? The like you have that. If you know that's a rumor that he's in episode 5. If he's in that episode, literally the next day is Spider-Man No Way Home, and that's like that's crazy to think about that. That'll come out and then Spider-Man. So, Taylor, I want to get your thoughts on this after this next ad break. And we're back. Taylor, you've been quiet over here. You haven't been butting in. You haven't been. What are you looking at? More Halo?
I got
porn?
nothing. No, I'm looking for one of
he's
those
got
kink groups that you're looking.
Yeah.
You're looking at.
He's
on
got nothing to
Facebook.
add. Well, this is gonna be a great throw to him.
Well,
so.
nothing to add in between Kirklin. Kirklin was just like on a streamlined.
Taylor
same
texted me
stuff,
all
so-
of his thoughts, so I just took them as my own. And
Yeah,
used them.
just copyright or plagiarism. But yeah, what do you think about this, Taylor? Are you surprised that it's the lowest ranking as far as the debuts for the show?
As much as I love the show, I'm not that surprised it's the lowest. I think everyone loves the different takes that we're getting, like, hey, what is happening with Captain America and who's filling that void, with his show? Okay, what's going on with Loki? We're getting a little bit of multiversal stuff there with variants. Okay, what is going on with Vision and Scarlet Witch? Like, there's a lot of mystery and a lot of kind of attraction for those other aspects, and this just at its core, it feels like, hey, we're just getting a little bit of like MCU Christmas time and just Hawkeye. It doesn't have a lot really pulling in to like the larger MCU realm, I guess, at this point, which is fine. I personally really do like this show. Like it's my top 3, absolutely. And eventually, I've been trying to spend like the past
Top 3.
Oh
I
yeah,
love when he
top
says
3.
that. There's 4 live action MCU shows.
No,
Three,
well,
baby.
we got
It's not
top
loud.
Baby. I said live action. There's
Is there
only
only
been
4?
There's
I thought
only
there was
4.
one
Yeah,
more.
and then Marvel's only makes it 5.
Well, it's definitely top 3. I'll even go top 2. I'll say top 2. It's just I love the show. I think the fact that people aren't interested in it, though, again, like I said, it doesn't really surprise me. I think people need to give it a chance, need to give it a shot. I do think that people see it more or less just like a Christmas show, but it's so much more in depth and has such awesome characters. And again, we've got a little bit more of a connection because we did the comics. Check out our comic book versions episode for the Hawkeye comics. But
Yeah,
I
you guys
do-
aren't true fans out there. If you
Yeah.
remember the comics, yeah.
I've read the
Okay.
comics for like at least a week, so I know
Yeah.
all this.
This is from this comic. You didn't get it. You're not a fan. It's like Taylor the other day in the Discord. He's like, "Do you even know anything about Mara Jade, Travis? We've done like a bunch of casts on Mara Jade. I've talked about Mara Jade, and he just tried to get.
He still hasn't answered that question, though.
Do you, I'll just link you to fucking GeekVerse episodes where we talked about. Do you even know, Travis? Do you even know about Mara Jade?
But the whole idea of them just having a show focused on Hawkeye, I think, to me, people may not be super interested in that. Obviously, it's represented here. So I feel like them factoring in Christmas, obviously releasing it throughout the holidays as well as a good kind of like extra oomph to it. But I think having an extra big factor of it being a holiday show spliced in there was another way of marketing it as, hey, we think Hawkeye may not do well on its own, so let's give it an extra little bit of a chunk of, seasonal oomph, and maybe that'll help pick up a little bit as well, which is unfortunate that it's not, because I feel like this is a staple that I will probably go through this like every Christmas going forward. It just feels Christmassy. I love it. Like the intro, the outro credits are just full of those tunes, and like the whole scene in the last episode, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, is one of my favorite Christmas songs of all time. I listen to it on repeat, remixes, everything. It is one of the greatest classic hits. And to have that throughout that awesome action sequence in that last episode just sent me through the roof. I loved it. It was fantastic. So
Was it during action? I thought it was just while they were walking.
it
through
was
the
when they were
house.
getting into the car, I believe. They were
I
like
think
doing
you're
like the
wrong on
trick
that
arrows
one.
and everything like that.
I think you're wrong on that one.
Check
That's
the
okay.
tapes.
I did just watch the episode an hour ago. Well, that's all right. We'll see. I'll check those tapes again. Maybe they play it twice. Oh, look at them. Look at the little
going.
scavenger. Okay, so that's where I want to ask. So we talked about this show. Now, here's my thing, because I said nothing's going to beat Loki. So, Kirkland, I think you agreed with Obi-Wan. Is there anything just on the Star Wars front? Because I'm going to break down the Marvel shows one by one, but is there anything like Star Wars you could see that could beat that 2.5 opening weekend or whatever, opening day for a...
If there's something about Mara Jade and you find
do
out
you
who that
know
is.
about Mara Jade?
I mean, I googled her while you. talking, so yes, I do. Anything Star Wars that could surpass it? I mean, you mentioned Mando season 3. I feel Taylor's fucking giddy as shit right now. I'm a little
I'm
nervous.
right. They're driving the car and it's playing.
Isn't it a rock version though?
Well, it's definitely not the original version.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's not the same because they played the original version at the end of the episode.
They definitely played it twice. I'll give you that.
But yeah, no, you mentioned Mando season 3 possibly surpassing it. That's like I definitely don't see Book of Boba.
No.
Possibly Ahsoka, just because that has a lot of hype from the Clone Wars.
I gotta wave a red flag because Taylor's saying, you think Ahsoka could beat Loki's
Hawkeye?
opening?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about
Loki's.
Hawkeye
no,
here.
No,
Well, that changes everything.
Yeah, because I've tried because that's 2.5 million. That's what I'm talking about. I know Ahsoka could probably fucking Hawkeye.
Well, like Obi-Wan, possibly.
Yeah, I think that's about it on the Stars front.
That's it.
Unless they backdoor pilot,
I mean,
are doing a Vader show.
Is there anything else I'm like forgetting that's planned for the future? It's kind of tough. Like if
Rangers
they
are
had
not
Acolyte.
anymore. No,
Acolyte,
not
no,
Acolyte,
that's a little too niche.
No, they whip out young Palpatine.
And no one
They
would
better
fucking
not
care
have
because
young
it's like, who's this nerd?
And that's the cell that Loki had. That it was Tom Hiddleston, right? So that's where I think
Yeah.
Ewan has that cell too. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
Ewan
yeah.
McGregor back as Obi-Wan.
Dude,
So
the
I think
prequel
that-
memes, they've been
Yeah.
asking for this for 12 years probably.
So and here's my other thing. This is not so much Loki because I feel like we're all going to say no to this. So I don't feel like it's that interesting of a conversation. I want to ask you guys, with the next year coming up, if any of these shows can even beat Hawkeye's 1.3. Because you might think, oh, yeah, for sure, Marvel's got some big stuff coming out. We might be excited about it. But I feel like next year they have a lot more of the, like, smaller, lower tier characters that no one's ever fucking heard of. And even Hawkeye, it's like, yeah, he's lower tier, but... Clay, you got to clarify. You actually think Ahsoka will beat Loki? There's no fucking way. There's no...
I would give Clay I would side with him, and not just because I'm a Thrawn fanboy, but if you think about it, aside from Luke and Mandalorian, we're gonna be getting Ahsoka and Ezra popping off. Two Jedi with lightsabers.
Ezra
That's
means
something.
fuck all to anybody in the
No,
GA.
it does,
They
but
don't give a
that's
shit about Ezra.
It
makes- means fuck
sure.
all to me.
That's.
Means
But here's the
fuck all to
thing.
me.
One of your
Yeah.
biggest points, Travis, was you've just wanted to see more lightsabers back in Star Wars, and I think that's something for the GA that they really want to see. Like a lot of people will watch Book of Boba Fett and be like, okay, yeah, whatever. But people want lightsabers. They want to see Jedi and everything.
I would
and the
give-
Hayden Christensen. That's
no,
a good point.
but
Clay.
here's the thing. I would give you that if he wasn't already giving any Obi-Wan first. Because you can, if you really desperately want to see Anakin back, Hayden Christensen back, you're already going to get an Obi-Wan this year.
But if it's so hype with Hayden Christensen coming back, people are going to want to see more of that. And if they get more of that with his apprentice, that might really boost it up, especially for the GA.
I just Kirklin, where are you on this? I just don't see like I see Hayden Christensen being a draw, but I don't think Ahsoka will because like you said, you don't know who Ezra is, and like I know you're gonna cream your dreams about Thrawn. No one knows who fucking Thrawn is either in the GA. No one knows who he is.
Well, that's
Just
fine.
be
That's
like-
why I wasn't using him in my point because no one knows.
they're gonna be like, oh look, it's fucking Mr. Freeze with off steroids. It doesn't matter. It does matter. It 100% does matter
Let's get
because
Clay in here. I need to hear his vocal case on this.
No. And I know Clay is the log, and so no, Clay, you'll make this a 3-hour cast. We're trying to end this in 2 hours. Okay, we got jobs to do. But like, no, and maybe we'll have him on the future. Or maybe you can talk about it on Star Wars Alliance. But I just don't see that. I don't. Again, you talk about finale stuff like that. Sure, I'm talking about this is the debut weekend and stuff like that. That's those first 2 to 3 days. I don't think more people will check out Ahsoka than Loki because you know why? Ahsoka's never been a part of a fucking $1 billion movie. She's never part of a $2 billion movie. No,
Yeah, she was. She was in Rise of Skywalker. She had a voice line.
no,
in that.
no
She's
one knows
a
who-
part.
Oh, that's
You-
bullshit.
Nope.
No.
You said she's never been a part of a $1 billion movie.
Okay,
She was
sorry.
clearly a
She's
part.
never
of
been
What was her
seen.
check? What was her
Yeah.
check in that movie?
Yeah, she's never been seen in a $1 billion movie. She's never been seen in a $2 billion movie. You know what? And she's never been seen in a $3 billion movie like Endgame. Loki was in all those plus fucking Thor movies and all this other thing. No, Ahsoka will not beat. It will not beat Loki. There's no fucking way.
I'm with you.
gentleman's bet. Yeah.
I'm with you, White Rabbit.
Hey, it
I'm
looks
gonna
like Mads
devil's
Mikkelsen's
advocate.
brother. I guess I have to watch the show now. Yeah, that's what the G will be talking about. Fuck Ahsoka. Like, look, it's Mads Mikkelsen's brother. You know. I think a big
I
feature.
don't even know his name. Look, it's Mads Mikkelsen's
I think a big telling feature though will be Boba Fett, because I do think Boba Fett is a way more popular character than Ahsoka, and if that doesn't beat Loki, then I completely feel justified. Because there's like whatever you want to say about Ahsoka and Anakin, it doesn't matter. You know what? Boba Fett has the fucking our parents, like the OG.
True,
people, you
but
know?
you get the characters. Okay, yeah, Ahsoka, Anakin, whatever. But I think when when people just outright see Jedi running around, especially who knows, we get flashbacks, we get like Anakin and Ahsoka fighting the Clone Wars. I just stuff with lightsabers. I think that's what GA wants to see, because all we got was a killer hallway scene with Luke. That was great, and that pulled everyone was talking about that. So if you get more of that, that's going to be great.
Okay, Travis Snell, GeekVerse podcast. I got one more point, then I'm going to throw to Kirklin. What if, though, the other thing is that we can't guarantee Obi-Wan's going to be a hit. We can't guarantee people are going to be happy with Hayden. So the reverse is, like you said, oh, people love Hayden, they want more. What if they don't love Hayden? What if Obi-Wan leaves a sour taste? And you can say, oh, they won't do that.
No,
Star Wars,
it could happen.
Yeah, how
It
many
could
times
happen.
has Star Wars done that when we're like, oh, we got this. Oh, JJ's coming back? Nothing's going to go wrong with episode 9. And look at where we are. And like that's the thing where like if it goes poorly, it has that reverse of like, oh fuck, like we shouldn't have brought Hayden back. So now Kirkland, you can go. We threw out a lot there. So
Well,
Pats or
yeah, I'll
podcast,
I'll start with a
kind of show your
question.
true quality.
I'll start with a question. Travis Snell, do you see it likely? I mean, you kind of answer this as you finished off your last point. Do you see it likely that Obi-Wan would beat Loki?
Yeah, I do. I think because that's
Oh, yeah,
what
you
we
do think it's
talked
likely?
about. Because it's Obi-Wan and it's Ewan McGregor. It's the two
Yeah.
big things. It's the big character played by the same actor. It's the same way that if Loki, because I don't know if you guys remember this, early on there's rumors there was going to be a young Loki show. Now, I think that would do good numbers. I don't think that would have done the same. Like the rumors like, oh, but Tom Hiddleston's going to narrate. It's like, it doesn't matter. That would not do the same as Tom Hiddleston as Loki in the show. So that's why I think,
Yeah.
and I know Rosario Dawson is like she's a well-known actress. She is the character now, but it's not the same as far as Obi-Wan and Ewan McGregor, which has decades long. Those were massive movies. Ahsoka has never been seen by the GA in films,
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I don't know, thinking about like if he would have a big impact in the first weekend. The thing with Loki is like it's literally coming off of Endgame. Like that's like where that event, like that's where we
Yes.
last saw him, and then the show starts. It's like a scene from Endgame, so it's just so attached to that super relevant movie that it came out. What? A year prior to Loki release, or
Loki released in June, so yeah, just like a year and a couple months.
yeah. So, I mean, I think Obi-Wan's gonna be super successful no matter what. But also, everyone hates Loki.
That's a bold claim.
That is a bold game. Taylor's just taken back his invite on Clay on that last
And
one.
so, and now
Stay
here's the thing. I don't know if this adds anything or whatnot. So, Mandalorian dropped in November 2019. Taylor, right? Fuck, I've lost track of all time. No, 2020, right?
Like
so
season 1 or 2?
season
one, I
2.
think- yeah, 2020.
And here's the thing. No, I think Loki was because Endgame came out in 2019, and we got Loki in 2021. So it's been longer than a year. It's been almost like 2 years.
Yeah.
And that shows how powerful that was. So here's the thing: lots of change, new subscribers, Mando bigger season. But Mandalorian season 2 at the time was their biggest premiere, and that was at 1.04, not 1.4, 1.04. So it didn't even get like to me, it was like a whole almost 400,000 less than WandaVision. So that's the thing, like lots have changed. But if you look at Mando, that was what, December of 2020, and then WandaVision was 2 months later. So again, that also Star Wars is building back up. So that's but you have a lot of people that are. I still know so many friends that are like, yeah, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm not giving it a chance. They're not saying that about the MCU and Marvel because they didn't get fucked in
Is
episode
that
9.
Liam?
Liam's definitely one of them, but there's many of them, and I understand because until that last back half of Mando season 2, I was never done with Star Wars, but my Star Wars hype had never been lower after Rise of Skywalker and Solo and Mando season 1. Like fuck, man. Like I know what it felt like for those people. Like I'm done. Like I was not close, but it just sucked that I wasn't excited about the thing I loved. So I think Star Wars is still, is it bad to say they're still recovering? Like, I don't know. It's weird
No, I
to
don't think
say.
it's
No,
bad.
they're still recovering. Fuck,
Yeah.
Patty Jenkins, Ryan Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy. Fuck, they're still in the trench.
Still in the trench.
They're still in the trench. But no, the reason I was posing that question is because like I don't see it as a clear like winner, like Obi-Wan surpassing the show, just because of
Really?
everything that you stated right there. Like Star Wars, it's lost many fans of what's been coming out with Disney, and I understand it's Ewan. I'm probably wrong for even speculating this because it's probably going to do phenomenal numbers just for the Ewan factor. You throw in Anakin, that helps so much more of just getting people watching it. I'm not saying
Young
they're going to
Luke.
love it.
You know, young Luke's gonna be in it. You know he's gonna be in it.
Yeah,
He's gonna
is
go
he?
around
Is he going to be
looking for
Sebastian
power
Stan,
converters.
please?
That's too young a Luke. No, what I was gonna say before you twist my words, like Fanboy Clay loves to do in GOA, I did not for 100% say for sure Obi-Wan would be. I just said if there was one that could be, it'd be Loki. I don't know if I
I
want to
love
see
twisting
some
your words.
Yeah, I want to see some trailers first. You know.
Yeah, for sure. So, I don't even know why I brought. Oh yeah, because just like speculating what's going to surpass. I forget what we're
Loki.
even debating. Yeah,
Loki.
Loki. There you go.
Well, then
that
I
was
have
so
some new
long
ones.
ago.
I have some. Yeah, it's almost 2 years ago. I have some new ones to throw at you. So this is what I was wondering, just in Marvel in general. So let's say the lowest right now is Hawkeye with 1.3. I want to get your gauge of where the other ones are coming out because, like I said, I feel like they're lower tier. Not to be mean to the characters, but just for GA knowledge of them. So I'm gonna throw them at you first, and then I'll go to Taylor. Miss Marvel. Where do you think you would rank in those four? So you got Wanda, Loki. Sorry, you got Loki, Falcon, Wanda, and Hawkeye.
It's interesting throwing Hawkeye in there, sir, because Hawkeye's not finished. I feel like that's kind
No,
of,
but for the debut,
Oh,
like
okay, the
that-
debut-
yeah, when it's like
debut?
the first, because the only things they really track is like the debut and the finale. They don't really care about those middle episodes.
I think it'd be something close to Hawkeye, honestly.
So last,
Honestly, yeah, I think it would be last. Just because it's a brand new character. I mean, it depends what's on that trailer.
Yeah.
If the trailer's phenomenal. But I mean, we have Jeremy Renner, who's an established character in the Avengers, and then you have the super hot star Haley Steinfeld incoming. I mean, no discredit to the young actress that's playing Kamala Khan here, but I can't imagine she's like the same star level of what Haley Steinfeld
this is like her third role or something like that.
Exactly. So it's an awesome opportunity for her. I'm sure she's gonna do great with the character, but she's not bringing in like her own fans like someone like Haley Steinfeld is, and it's already proven that Haley Steinfeld wasn't enough to surpass the show on his debut, at least, like over the other shows. So I think it's a safe bottom.
Taylor,
Well, I would be
Number
inclined
one.
to agree. Number one.
Okay.
I think it's yeah. I think it's gonna again back to the GA. I don't think the GA is gonna know about this character, and it's gonna be again. It's aimed for kids, but are kids gonna go and actively seek this out? I hope so. I really hope they do because I think the show needs to have that. But I don't know if parents necessarily will actively seek it out unless they're a little bit more familiar with this kind of realm of superheroes and these releases on Disney Plus. So I do think it'll probably be under Hawkeye and come up at the bottom, which I think is unfortunate because shows like this is it going to have a like Captain Marvel kind of help usher it in, because I feel like Marvel uses their original characters to kind of help give life to new characters again, like Kate Bishop and Snow Vision and all these other, and Agatha. So
well, that's what I was gonna say. I think you got 100% show Brie Larson in this trailer because I think she's gonna be in this show one way or another, and I think that's the only thing. Because like, here's my thing, and maybe it's a bold thing to say. I don't even know if this thing breaks a million the opening weekend or whatever Because I think it's like what you're saying, Taylor, that it is like it's a kid's show and that's good, but I also think because it's a kid's show that might turn a lot of people out, like our demographic. And I think this is a show that a lot of people, right before the Marvels come out, people will binge, but I don't think they'll check out right away. And I also, because I've said this before, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to the character, maybe they'll prove me wrong. I like Miss Marvel, but to me, from what I've seen from it, I just go like, I don't know if this is going to be a show we'll have to stay up to midnight watching, because I feel like I don't know how much consequences it's going to have other than like you really liking Miss Marvel. And I like the character enough. I'm excited for the show, but it's just like, it looks like it is aimed at younger families, and that's good. But I don't see that breaking Hawkeye or anything like that. I think the closest thing you can compare Miss Marvel to is the Disney Channel original movie on Disney Plus. 100%. And I do wonder if it almost would have been better if they did like a movie for this. But I think it's a clear it'll be below Hawkeye, and like I said, my prediction it might not even break 1 million. That I could easily see that happening.
Yeah.
Do you, I was gonna say, do you guys think at all like a Brie Larson appearance in first episode could that help push it over? Or
first episode,
they'd have to market the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Being like Brie Larson first episode. She kills
Brie
everybody.
Larson's Miss Marvel. It's just like she's like the main character pretty much.
They put her in like the slutty outfit from the 80s and 90s. Like, you want to watch this?
It's supposed to be
you?
a kid show, yeah, but they're just
Yeah.
marketing it to all the old dudes wanting the the skimpy outfits. It's interesting because I see both sides of the coin. Like, if they want to keep Brie Larson hidden and have her like a big reveal, not necessarily in the last episode or even the penultimate episode, but just like, I don't know, episode 4 or something, like strategically use her in the show. But if you want to sell the show, like, I feel like that character would not hurt like your marketing aspect of it. And if they really want to use her to just push the show, which, I mean, you guys were kind of hinting like it's not a bad idea to do for, like Taylor was mentioning, we've had characters in the past usher in these new characters into their own show or whatever it might be. So if they're going that route, I feel like Brie Larson would actually be like a big part in the first trailer.
Yes.
Just to like, oh, okay, I know that person. I love her. She's the badass Superman in the MCU. And then there, I think you would have her in the first episode, maybe like right at the end or something. I don't know.
Well, I got more shows to pitch at you guys, but let's take another ad break. And we're back. I didn't think this topic would be going as long, but we got fired up over some of those Loki and Ahsoka ones. So I got a few more to rattle off here. So this is a very interesting one. There's rumors right now the show might drop February. It's close to my heart, but Moon Knight. So you have a situation right now, talking about Star Wars. You got Oscar Isaac, right? Very, I'll say popular enough star. Like, he's building a name. I think people know him. I don't think like everybody knows him, but I think people would see him and go, okay, that's Poe from Star Wars. But then you got the counter of, I feel like even more so than like Miss Marvel, like you have Moon Knight. No one's going to know who the fuck that is. And at least Miss Marvel, you're going to have that trailers, at least I think, where people will go, hey, it's they're gonna show, like we said, even if they don't show Brie Larson, they'll show Captain Marvel like iconography. So it's like, oh, she's inspired by this hero. It's kind of like, if I like Captain Marvel, I like this. I don't think you're gonna have any of that for this MCU stuff, because unfortunately we keep talking about like, oh, like Moon Knight's gonna pal around with Blade and Ghost Rider and stuff, but like he's like leading us into that stuff. Like, they're not around already to promote Moon Knight. But why I still think so what I would think right now is I think we'd go Miss Marvel and then this. Why I think this one, and if it could beat Hawkeye, I don't think it would. But if it could, the only reason I think it is I think they're going to make a banger-ass trailer. When we get that first trailer, I think they are going to make it the same way when, Taylor, you're talking about like WandaVision or Loki, when there's that sense of mystery to it. I think Moon Knight's going to have that 100% of who is Mark Spector, who is Jake Lockley, who is Stephen Grant, who is... Like, there's so much... And just, I think even once people see Oscar Isaac playing all these characters, I think they'll get that like split feel of like, oh, that's the gimmick, right? Or like, oh, it's Oscar Isaac playing like 3 to 5 different characters. That's really cool. So I think it has a chance to maybe push past Hawkeye. Ask me after the trailer, but I think if that trailer can deliver just even the way that teaser did, I think we're in a batting distance. So Taylor, what do you think about Moon Knight's chances?
100% it's gonna pass Hawkeye. I think.
What about WandaVision at 1.5 million?
Oh, it'll be close. I kind of think it will. Ooh. When is Moon Knight coming out again?
It's rumored right now February, March-ish.
February,
I think what they're going to do is you're going to go Boba, and that's going to get us from January to February. February is going to be Moon Knight. And then I would imagine, if I'm a smart betting guy, I feel like Obi-Wan has to be May. Like Star Wars month, May if it's not May the 4th, well, I don't know what
I
Wednesday.
think they're going to overlap some of these shows, to be honest.
There's no way.
Like, 2022 is pretty hefty.
They made Hawkeye release 2 episodes last week just so it didn't have 1 episode the same day as Boba Fett. I think they're very anal about that stuff.
Enough.
Like, we can't have 2 of those. Like, so you're thinking it's gonna be sandwiched in between Hawkeye and WandaVision.
I think all the rage during February, March, April, is gonna be superheroes beating people to a pulp. And
That
you know
too.
where I'm going with that. It's
March or Batman, everything. like
yeah,
that.
I think depending when
Batman
this
will help it.
releases, Batman, if it comes out after Batman, I think people are going to be so into that. Like, we got this dark, gritty superhero movie. This is fantastic,
white
so
Batman.
awesome. Well, there you go. Yeah, like if you dish out Moon Knight and it's literally more of that Batman content where this guy's just going kind of crazy, split personalities, beating criminals in bathrooms.
But then when they watch it, they're like, "This isn't Batman at all. What the fuck?" Like, because he's gonna have all these split personalities
Yeah.
going on and everything. What about you, Kirk? Oh, sorry. Do you have one more point there, Taylor?
I was just gonna say, if it comes out before Batman, like it'll.
I think it will overlap. If it's February, March, it's supposed to be 6
Yeah.
episodes, so I think it will be like right dead set in the middle.
Yeah.
Where are you, Kirkland, on? So me and Taylor seem like we're pretty similar. That we think if Taylor's like a full on it could beat Hawkeye. I'm like close to beat it. Where are you on that?
On Moon Knight beating Hawkeye, right?
Or just Moon Knight in its ratings in general. Like, do you think it would be lower than Miss Marvel? Like, where, like, just in general, as we go down this list of the MCU shows coming up.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, I'm still kind of in shock that Hawkeye didn't do as good as maybe
He's
I was
still recovering
expecting.
from the first off.
It's like, what are we talking about? Yeah. I want to say it's going to beat Hawkeye. That might be one of my worst predictions. I don't know. It's something really new for a show like this.
As Bubs, the ad said,
Fuck.
"White Batman." You know what's so funny? I was watching Spider-Man, and they do that right where it's like 3 minutes for 3,000, right? And the ad said 3,000. He screws with the money. I don't know if to notice, but then in the next movie, the same thing also happens to Aunt May, where she goes to open a bank account, and they're like, "Oh, well, sorry, we can't give you the loan today." And they're like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Well, at least we get the toaster." And then Joe McHale's like, "No, that's at least with a $300 deposit." So they both have these problems with like, reading these ads and thinking they're gonna get something.
Fucking New York, man.
That fine print always
In
fucks them
Toby's
over.
defense, that ad was extremely cheesy, though.
Oh,
for
that was a
the
grease ball. That was a
3,000.
grease ball move. Yeah. 100%.
Play says it all depends on how they push Moon Knight, what movie or show is going to connect fans to Moon Knight. And that's a problem where I think, unlike all these other ones, there might not be nothing. This might be the first MCU show that is like going in really blind. Because like, what could they're like? Okay, if we're operating on the base that it comes out in February, March, which is the rumors, there's no more MCU stuff until then. So I don't think Moon Knight's popping out on those portals in Spider-Man. I really don't think that's going to happen. So it might be the only one in MCU. And if that's the case, then like I guess you could try to tie it with some marketing, but I think it might kind of go in cold. It might seem like its own thing for a little bit, and then it might connect near the end with a Blade or something like that.
Yeah, like it's so much easier to see him like I don't even want to say team up, but just interact with other members for like what's coming. You know, we know Blade's coming, Black Knight is gonna be appearing, and Ghost Rider is inevitable, right, Taylor?
Blackheart, is that what you said?
No, no, Blackheart.
Don't remember saying that. But no, so yeah, getting back to the numbers wise, I don't know. I just think it's Oscar Isaac. I think if you know of the actor, you probably love him. I think everyone that I talk to that knows about him just really likes him. That Star Wars like hook, like say what you will about the movies, I think he did really good from what he got in those movies, and a lot of people love him from that.
A lot of people see those movies.
He plays a likable character, and then therefore you would like the actor pretty naturally. So if you know that he's leading in a show like this, I think that's a good pull. Maybe that argument is just discredited though, because I mean Haley Steinfeld, Jeremy Renner should be able to sell a show like that, but maybe Moon Knight's a lot cooler than Hawkeye. And I also feel like because it tackles something that's so much more serious than just like I gotta get home for Christmas, you know, and then this young fan is tagging along. Like I think just the hook of someone that has what?
That just feels like a synopsis of some porno or something. The way you said that, like, I gotta get home for Christmas, and some young fan is tagging along. Like, just because you said young fan, you know. But
oh, jeez. Christmas 3 double D.
yeah, talking about potential porn parodies in the future. She-Hulk. I'm very mixed on She-Hulk. For me, I really need a trailer to tell me which way this is going to go, because I actually could easily see this beating the Hawkeye and maybe in WandaVision, because you have She-Hulk, which could be an interesting character, and you got Ruffalo back for it. And if Matt Murdock is in the show, they show him off. I think there's some fun things you could do, but at the same time, it's that kind of thing again of like, is it almost going to appear too similar to Hawkeye, where you have some comedic beats? It's the female male lead of like, oh, this is the passing of the torch. But Hulk is definitely a bigger character than Hawkeye. So I think it will pass Hawkeye. It would pass Moon Knight. I think it would just be under WandaVision. And that's Bub's 100%. They've said, oh, this is a comedy. Comedies can be hit or miss. So this could be a show that if it's funny and people love it, then okay, it could trend and people are talking about like an Office sort of Big Bang sort of thing, like you got to watch She-Hulk, or it could be very like middle of the road. And the thing is that I have talked to somebody who has seen some episodes of She-Hulk, and from what I've heard, I don't know if right away it could be like a jump off point. I think it's something that is like going to be a little more mixed. It's going to be, I feel almost like Thor Ragnarok, where it's going to depend your sense of humor and what you want in our Marvel show. So I think just on the name, it could beat She-Hulk, could beat Hawkeye, could maybe beat WandaVision. Where are you, Taylor, on that?
Oh, I think it'll be close. I think it'll be close with Hawkeye. I might beat it because, again, you have another original Avenger in there. I think people are really going to like the Bruce Banner stuff. It's going to be in between Shang-Chi and Endgame, so I think that's a big kicker as well. Yeah, I think it's just going to have some good story plot points that we just want to see get filled in the gap between that 5-year waiting period. So I think it could probably beat Hawkeye, but I don't think it's going to beat anything else beyond that. I think Moon Knight will be more successful.
Yeah. Okay, well, those are... I'll throw this last one in just because I don't know. There's other ones, but I was just throwing in the ones for next year. And the only one that it's TBA, but it's filming right now, is Secret Invasion. Now, here's one that I actually think could be high, because I feel like there's going to be maybe some Captain Marvel like tie-ins, because you have, Sam Jackson and it's coming, Skrulls and everything like that. But I think just Sam Jackson in a show alone, I think that actually has a bit more star power than a lot of other things. And I actually think that if I had my money on, I could see this being the number 2 show as far as like below Loki. Now, I'm not saying it's getting close to Loki numbers, but that 1.6 that Falcon Winter Soldier did, I could see with a combination of Skrulls and everything, but Sam Jackson as the potential lead, I could see that doing pretty well. Where are you, Kirklin, on that?
I mean, since you didn't ask me about my She-Hulk thoughts, I will agree with Taylor. I think it's possible to beat Hawkeye, but nothing else. But yeah, moving on. I think Sam Jackson is a huge selling point on this. He's been around since what, Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 1.
Oh, was it end credit scene?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, there you go. He's been around forever. So, and just Sam Jackson, like, even if he wasn't a part of the MCU, like already, if this was like his introduction, I think that's a big selling point. He's one of those stars that just sells whatever products whatever products he's in. So I think that'll help it a lot. So I'm gonna say it's beating Miss Marvel. It's beating Hawkeye. I think it could beat Moon Knight. It's a tough guess because all those are just a little far away, but it's just it's big star and it's a big event, so I think that'll get a lot of eyes and views.
What about you, Taylor?
I mean, I'm intrigued for it. I think people are gonna be excited to see the Skrull come back. Maybe some Kree action as well. Where it's going to rank? Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to really rank too high. I feel like, again, GA and everything isn't going to really know what's going on. Yeah, Sam Jackson for sure. But I don't know. Like, is it going to beat Ms. Marvel? Yes. Is it going to beat Hawkeye and She-Hulk?
Wow, you don't even think it'd be those two?
Well, again, like we have like big characters in those. Like Hawkeye, I thought was relatively big. Again, he is a big actor, yeah, but so is oh my God, Hulk.
Okay,
Why can't I remember his name?
Already, you lose all credit when you're like, he's a big actor. Like, what's his name? You literally, what's his name for saying
I'm
he's a big
bad with
actor?
names. Check
Mark
out the
Ruffalo.
Donofrio.
But here's
That's
the
the
thing.
one.
Mark Ruffalo's a name. I don't think he's a big name. I don't think you put Mark Ruffalo and Sam Jackson
Edward
in two
Norton,
separate.
thank you, I suppose.
Yeah, that's not the name he was looking for. You put like Cop, you like Mr. Cop with Sam Jackson, Mr. Cop with Mark Ruffalo. More people are gonna go see the Samuel Jackson one. I
So
promise you.
was Spider-Man Far From Home more popular because of Sam Jackson? Would you say?
It helped, more popular in general, yes. But I think most people were gonna see that. Like, here's the thing: I don't think it'd be any more popular for Mark Ruffalo in that versus Sam Jackson.
A Hulk Spider-Man movie? Hell yeah, I'd be down for that.
That's not the point. That's not the point. So you really think it's gonna just kind of be around Hawkeye level?
I want to see a trailer or something, and then I can see people's reaction, and I can make a proper assessment.
That's not the game we're playing.
No. Well, there you
lose.
go. Went on a little longer than I expected, but some good conversation there. Let's talk about. We got 2 left. What do we want to go?
Holy shit.
What does that mean, Taylor?
Yeah, what does that mean?
2 left. I'm curious what these are.
Well,
Because when we were here, let me rephrase this.
No, you
when you
completely
gave
forgot.
when you gave me the topics, I thought, man, I don't have enough to fill up this thumbnail. Like, I really don't. And then when it's like, oh, like there's no Witcher news, I'm like, shit. Well, that's definitely bad. What are the other topics? I'm trying to think of the thumbnail. I
Like
can't
Christmas Facebook icons thing.
Okay, yeah.
And then our Spotify Wrapped. You could easily use the Spotify Wrapped
Oh,
logo.
right.
Easily.
Missed
Easily.
opportunity.
Let's go with the Christmas one because I feel like the Spotify Wrapped one, that'll be quick. That's just us listing off some ones and see our facts. So, Taylor, I want to know, so as everyone knows, this is going to be like we're going to do a Christmas icons Facebook poll. If always go to our Facebook, we do polls. Not all the time, like every 4 months, I'd say.
In seasons.
In seasons, sure, exactly, in seasons. So the first time ever we're doing our Christmas one. So I did put out our patrons, and our patrons did give us some. So please remind me of that when we get to. But so Taylor, how many are you aiming for to have in this poll?
Oh, man. I should have known beforehand. Hang on. For reference, I'll pull up
We literally talked about this a week ago, and we said,
Yeah, but I didn't
we
know.
could do
I didn't know
some
how. I
newscasts.
didn't know you're going to start off with how many do you want to put in the poll.
Well,
I mean, I would
wouldn't that
say
narrow down to
start-
how many we need to help you with?
Well, I would just say like we should start like naming them off, and then I would narrow down how many from there. But I mean, if we're looking at how many, I can pop up a quick amount here.
Like how many
we
you
would
have
go
already?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 would probably be a good amount.
How many do you have right now on a list?
Well, I don't have any on my list right now. I was everything that we talk about, I wanted to be fresh and right off hot off the press.
No,
So
he
if we
just wants
keep it
us to do
around
his
20,
fucking work for him.
yes, please.
Okay, so 20. So I'm going to start with patrons. April throughout Krampus. I don't know about Krampus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course you hit Taylor's.
Yeah,
underbelly
Taylor's
there,
in
the
on that.
monsters. Oh, can I add Godzilla with a Santa hat?
Taylor, Master Chief with the Santa hat.
Yeah, Greg with a Santa hat. And then I feel like these 2 are must. April, I don't know. I question the Krampus pick, but Arnold and Sinbad from Turbo Man or Jingle All the Way.
And
I feel like-
Sinbad.
I feel like Sinbad has to.
So that
wow.
movie's getting 2 characters,
Yeah,
and
why
our
not?
total list is 20.
Remember, we could probably aim for like
Okay.
10 heroes and 10 villains.
Oh,
of these
you
stories.
can't do the heroes villains for all the
You
Christmas
could.
ones.
There's an equal amount, I'd say. Probably more villains than heroes.
He's always obsessed with doing the heroes and villains. He can't just fucking randomize it, you know? Like
Maybe
oh
we'll
my
randomize this.
So maybe we'll, and then I'll look at it. It'll be just 2 villains on the side and the rest heroes. All these villains all get buys.
So far, we got all villains so far. We got Krampus, Arnold, and Sinbad.
Arnold's a good guy up until
No,
the
he treated his
third
kid like
Yeah,
shit.
he's a bad dad.
act. You should put Sinbad on the hero side and Arnold on the villain.
Sinbad should be on the hero side. He's a good guy.
No, he choked a woman
After
in
that
public.
bomb scene. No.
So much things he
There's a
does.
misunderstanding.
He literally chased a kid to the roof to steal a toy from him. He's a bad man. No, I think they're classic guys. Okay, so let's get and Carl. He also put Bill Murray from Scrooge, Ernest from Ernest Saves Christmas, and Billy Bob Thornton from Bad Santa. I think I agree with two of those. I know you guys will have to fight on the Bill Murray on Scrooge. I know a lot of people like that, but I think Ernest is a good pick. I could see him getting cut, but I definitely think Billy Bob is Bad Santa. I think that's a must on there.
Who was Ernest from again? Sorry,
Ernest Saves Christmas, the Ernest movies.
I've never seen that.
Oh my God!
It's like Taylor
Kirkland, help
Field.
me out.
Yeah. I haven't seen them, but I know what they are.
Okay, Ernest isn't making it, Carl. If
Yeah.
these two don't even know it, so
I also
It's
haven't
on
seen
Disney-
Scrooge with
Ernie-
Bill Murray.
Ernest is on Disney Plus this holiday, so go watch it. So, Taylor, so keep Bill Murray as like a maybe, but I feel like are we agreeing on Bad Santa?
I
Yeah.
would say that's pretty iconic. Yeah,
Okay, so-
Raunchy Santa role. He did it multiple times.
for
so
the
yeah.
kids.
Yeah. Do we put Adam Sandler from Eight Crazy Nights in there? I just watched that again. Movie doesn't really hold up, so
No.
don't worry about it. Okay.
No, fuck
I'm
no.
just throwing out people. We need 20 people. Okay, let's get them out of the way. You got to have Ken McAllister, and then you got to have Marvin Harry. And I elect Turtle Doves guy, but, we'll save him to the end.
He's a maybe.
He should be
This is
first
the
one's
Home
by.
Alone poll. Come on.
You should do 21 slots and just put the Turtle Doves guy, and then when the post goes live, says he gets a bye to the next round. And just like, know what you should do?
He's the main boss.
Buy him all the way to the finals, and then the finals, I want to see if he gets a single vote. But no, okay, so we have those ones. I think he made an appearance in the cop from Jingle Way needs to be picked. I don't know if enough people know the cop family, Clay, the one who gets burned the coffee. How much prep time does Kevin have in this battle? I don't know. As much as the Predator gets? What does that even mean, Taylor?
People always say like, "Oh, it's like a running meme. It's like Predator versus Kevin McAllister. Who wins?" And in the comments, like, "How much prep time does Kevin get?" Like, it's a meme.
I've seen that meme.
Okay. I know it's just the Predator. Like the Predator's a popular
the
part of
Yaut
this meme.
the Yautja.
What?
Their official clan name, the Yautja.
Don't give me the fucking yacha. I'm not gonna know what the yacha.
Oh, Shisho.
That's what he says. Oh, Shisho. Yacha. And then just some aliens, the three little like triangles going to the cops. They shoot them. They get Tim Allen Santa Claus out of there. The Yacha's a part of the Santa tribe. They're the elves. That's how Santa gets those deliveries so fast. The Yacha's helping him out.
Yacha.
Oh my god.
Oh, Shisho. Okay, Tim Allen Santa Claus, 100%.
Yeah.
I think it
1000%.
could. I think he could win it big time. So Kevin destroys Batman with enough prep time. Don't even get out of here. Batman kick his fucking teeth in. All right.
Do we put in Jack Frost from the Escape Clause?
Yes, I vote yes. Kirkland doesn't even remember who Jack
From the
Frost
escape
is.
clause. I know the character if
That's
it's the
Santa
one I'm
Claus
thinking
3.
of.
It's Martin Short.
Oh, I'm picturing like the cartoon one. So
Yeah.
no.
The Grinch.
Absolutely.
Which iteration?
Jim Carrey, because why not?
Okay, I was gonna say Jim Carrey, the original, but fuck Benedict Cumberbatch. That's what he's gonna say because he has some hatred towards that movie. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
I feel like Travis was pretty negative on it.
I don't
too.
remember really being negative towards it.
Oh no, you were when we did the trailer review. Like, I don't know why they're making this fucking movie. Like, why do they got to redo? it
That
and
sounds
everything?
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, you're.
Did you like it, Travis?
The government's watching us. I fell asleep for the first time
Oh,
in the
okay.
theaters, so
not
I think it tells
promising.
you everything.
I loved
So-
it. I thought it was cute.
Danny DeVito from Deck the Halls.
Danny DeVito from Batman '89. That's a Christmas movie.
I would first of all, it's Batman Returns, and second of all,
Okay.
I would fight for it, but they were in DC. I don't know about Danny DeVito and Deck the Halls, but we'll put these people on the side as like contenders, because I feel like there's some for sure.
So, sorry, I will definitely put them on the side. Am I adding both Grinch iterations, the classic and the Jim Carrey?
I'm with Kirkland. Like, I think you only need one, and if I'm going one, I'm going Jim Carrey.
Okay. Locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a log. You gotta put, in my opinion, Michael Keaton from Jack Frost when he turns into the snowman when he dies, and he turns.
I've been
into-
listening
Yeah.
to
Oh,
one
that's
of
good.
like his playlist on Spotify. Like his band, they just have some good tracks. Like Frosty the Snowman. Have you heard that track? It's so good. Michael Keaton singing. Oh,
I didn't think I'd be hearing you talk about Michael Keaton's fictional band from Jack Frost and be like, they got good tracks, bruh. You hear their tracks?
tracks.
It's gonna be
Oh,
on his
yeah.
fucking Spotify rap list.
Dude,
here in
they
a second.
slap. They slap,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay, who else we got?
we're at
We-
13.
We're at 13, and these are with not all. These are with some weaker ones like Dan DeVito.
Kurt
from Deck the
Russell,
Halls.
Christmas
This-
Chronicles.
I wouldn't. I would not.
What about
I was thinking about it.
What about oh my god, what's his name from Christmas Vacation? National Lampoon's the dad.
Oh, Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
Probably, yeah.
iconic. Yeah.
What's his character's name? I can't even
Chevy
remember.
Chase.
Chevy Chase.
I think we gotta put that fucking kid from. What's the
Christmas Story?
Santa from Rise of Guardians. What the fuck, Clay? You got some wild pulls going on here. Rise of Guardians making our pull? Maybe if we gotta fill the plane. Ralphie, what's he from there? Was A Christmas Story. That little kid has to be in there, doesn't he?
Never seen it.
Have you?
You know who's got to be
A
on
long
there?
time ago.
Will
So
Ferrell
long.
from Elf. He's got to be on there.
100%.
Oh,
He's gotta be
yeah.
on there. That's a for sure lock. See, chat. These are the locks we're looking for. Danny DeVito from Deck the Halls. Clay, what's going
Does
on?
Jack Skellington fall into this category?
Yeah, I think we should put him in.
It's more a Halloween movie.
You could argue it's more a Christmas movie. It's more about it's
I
about
don't
Christmas.
think so.
Let's see. I feel like we have to put a Scrooge in there from Harley Near from Iron Man 3, the little kid. Yeah, I don't think so. But good try, Bubs. We'll think about that. No, I know you're trolling. I feel like we got to put a Scrooge in there from somewhere.
Which Scrooge iteration would you want? Because again, there's a Jim Carrey Scrooge.
Well, that's what I just asked. From
Could go like really old school, well, the black and white ones.
Yeah, I say that's probably the best way, right? Is to go
Let's
that,
look
or to
at-
go to Michael Caine one from the Muppets.
Could do that. Oh man, there's a lot of Scrooge movies.
Oh, but the problem is, Clay, here you strike out again. That's 3 times. Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, so you can't have that on the list. Sorry. I'm putting that as my whatever percentage I have in the ownership of GV Company. We're not allowing John McClane on this.
Why are you so against it?
It's not a Christmas movie, and people lie to themselves thinking it's a Christmas movie.
It
Just
is.
because
I
it takes
think,
place at Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie. It has to be a Christmas spirit or have Christmas themes. It doesn't really. It's like, oh, there's a Christmas party. That's about it.
I think Alistair Sim, who played the original Scrooge, I think
Is
would be the
dead.
most iconic. He's definitely dead.
Yeah.
What about Michael Shannon from The Night Before?
If he makes it in, Turtle Govs guy should make it in. So, I think we'll applaud that user
Yeah.
right there.
Good lord.
We're not putting that one
We're
in
just
the poll.
talking about Christmas here. folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Out of all the times, I'm about Christmas. Taylor, I think you would agree with this one. Which one did you say, Kirkland? We got to come back to it. Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah, 94. Put that on the list. Still. We might bump him, but I'd be down. I think Taylor, we got to put Billy Mack from Love Actually. I feel it in my
Oh.
fingers. I feel it in my bones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kirkland, you have no idea. We're making an executive decision here, but
Yeah.
That's definitely a good one.
go watch Love Actually with Shay this year. It's great. Let's see. Why else would an entire company be at a party? A retirement party, a Thanksgiving party, a summer party.
We got
Shazam from
19. We could go to 22.
Turtle
That would
Doves.
definitely work.
Shazam. Let's see. So we got. Let's see. Gizmo. I don't know if I count that as a Christmas character per se. I feel like we're missing some good ones here, but we're not. You put Elf right for Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he's in there.
The old man from A Christmas Story. Arthur from Arthur Christmas. We got Bad Santa in there. You went with the classic Ebenezer Scrooge. We put Jack Skellington? Yeah.
Jack Skellington is in there, yeah.
What about the conductor from the Polar Express?
Oh, fuck
Oh,
that movie.
shit.
Get that out of my face.
You don't like the Polar Express?
Dude,
What's wrong
that
with you?
animation hurts my brain. Oh, it's so bad.
It's so magical.
It's unwatchable. Unwatchable, that movie is.
Here he is. He's looking right at Kirkland's
so
soul.
magical.
Fuck that guy.
I'm a
I think
50-50.
we have
so
to put him in now.
Well, why? Because it makes Kirkland mad. We gotta put him in.
It'll be the one round I vote in.
Yeah. Put him to the side, but he might there. I don't like. I don't count. Are we counting Gizmo as a Christmas character? Just
Who
'cause
is
the
this
movie takes
Gizmo?
Who even
here?
is
There you
Gizmo?
go. Gremlins.
Oh.
Why don't you just say that?
Because that's not his name. Let's see.
What do we have from Home Alone? We have Harry, Marv,
Three
and Kevin.
characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have just done a Home Alone one, just all of them. There's so many great characters. Nicolas Cage from The Family Man. Taylor Kirkland, have you seen The Family Man?
Oh man, that was when. Oh, I can't say it because of spoilers. I have though. I put it
all I was looking
on
for.
not too long ago, and it was actually like a great surprise. I really, really liked it.
It was a great surprise, he says. I would be down for that one. The Clay gets a potential win there. Kirkland, you ever seen The Family Man? You got to say no for the audio listeners there.
You
watching
are my
the trailer.
describe video. I mean, why don't we just put Kurt Russell from Christmas Chronicles? I feel like
He's
that's
really pushing the Christmas.
it's like I feel like that's a pretty well-known Christmas movie. He literally just plays Santa. It's like a perfect fitting for.
If we're gonna do that, then we should do Mel Gibson from Fat
we have
Man. Then
fucking we have
No,
like
Mel Gibson. He's a
some of
piece
these
shit.
picks are, and you're like, you're giving me shit on Kurt Russell, who's literally playing Santa, and we have like fucking Turtle Dove guy getting in here. Like, what is this?
Okay, well, Turtle Guy, Dove Guy, I don't think has actually made it in there. Has he
know.
made it in there,
There's-
Taylor?
There's some weak picks in there.
Turtle Dove guy is not
Fuck, man, come on.
not yet.
Christmas Chronicles was pretty good, though. I don't know. You guys got to see the second. That'll sour you all on it. I'm down to put it in because Kirkland's really fighting for.
I don't even think I've seen the movie. It's just like I feel like it's a fair pick. It's Kurt Russell, big actor, Christmas movie. He's playing
Right.
Santa.
Taylor, put him in, and then when he goes out first round, I'm gonna screenshot it and send it. I would so badly want to put him in first round against Turtle Dove's guy and see Turtle Dove's guy kick his ass, but you know, Turtle Doves. Oh man, there's so many of the Netflix bad ones we could have pulled from, but don't worry, we won't. There.
Did we put Scrooged in? I can't even remember.
We put the old one.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
I didn't put him in yet. I didn't hear the confirmation, but I'll pop him in.
Yeah, we gotta have.
Yeah, he should
Scrooge
be in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on now.
We're at 1, 2.
Vince Vaughn from Four Christmases.
No.
We got 22. I would take Vince Vaughn from Fred Claus, to be honest.
Take 'em
Four
both.
Christmases.
No, I wouldn't take either of them.
No.
We got 22 as of
So
now.
don't you need? Is that enough for you?
So
It's
yeah,
definitely enough. I'm just looking through a few more here.
I have
Yeah.
23, so you can have Turtle Dove guy just as the boss.
You know, 100%. Some people suggest the Cranks, but I don't know if I need the.
I will put Turtle Dove guy in if I get one more pick.
Depends
But
who
what
that
would
pick
we
is.
do?
Olaf
if
from
you-
Frozen, Travis's favorite Disney movie.
Oof, fucking Turtle Dove.
Oh, I did
guy.
put the conductor Polar Express. Was I not supposed to?
Oh, fuck! I mean, you
Because
could
we
I
could
think you
axe
gotta
him and
have
put
him.
Turtle Doves.
You-
Okay.
If you have Kurt Russell Santa Claus, you gotta have Polar Express guy. No,
Let me read
I-
off the list here for you guys. So
Okay.
we got Krampus, we got Arnold, Jingle All the Way, Sinbad, Jingle All the Way, Bill Murray, Scrooge, Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh wait, we have Bill Murray. Scrooge.
Bill
We
Murray
didn't approve
Scrooge.
that.
I thought it was the old guy.
Oh, fucks.
Oh fucks.
So he is not. So we're axing the Bill Murray variant and putting in the Alistar.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
That's who I prefer at least.
Okay, so we're at 21. So Bad Santa, Kevin McAllister, Harry, Marv, Tim Allen, Jack Frost, Jim Carrey, Grinch, Michael Keaton, Jack Frost, Chevy Chase, Christmas Vacation, Ralphie, Will Ferrell, Jack Skellington, Night Before, Billy Mack, Conductor, Kurt Russell.
Night before Michael Shannon's Angel got in. That's fine. I just didn't know it got
That's
in.
great. I like it.
I feel like we should probably have Cindy Lou Who though, right? Too, because
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen her pop up on a lot. We probably have Cindy
Yeah.
Lou Who.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that should be in there.
All right.
And then that's it. We got it.
That's 22. Do you guys want to go one more? We put in.
Now he's really fine for it. No, that's just a waste of a round. I know Turtle Doves guy will get fucking demolished. No one's gonna know who he is.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, Turtle Doves. But we should, for our GV Christmas post, we should use Turtle Dove guys this year and have the video of them like, one Turtle Dove and two Turtle Doves means you'll be friends forever. That's what Turtle Doves will do to you. Let's take our last ad break, and then we're going to talk about some Spotify, so we'll be right back. And we're back. So here we go. So everyone pull up your rap list. So what I want is we're just going to do our top 10 songs and top 10 artists. Not the whole fucking slideshow and everything like that, because that will be there forever. But do everything. So Kirklin Patzer, I'm gonna let you go first. You get to pick which category we're gonna do. If obviously you don't know Spotify Wrapped, we just thought this would be fun to talk about because we're gonna talk about it in our chat. We're like, we'll just throw on news, talk about it, be fun. So you want to talk about your top songs of 2021 or your artist revealed?
What even is this artist reveal? I haven't even clicked
It's like
on
your
it.
top 10 most listened artists of the year. You don't even know, so we should do that one.
Sure.
Go from descending order though. Start at the bottom of the list.
Like your top. There's like a different category, which is just
fuck,
like a
man.
playlist of songs. Why would you start with me? I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't even have my phone.
There's literally, when you open it up, there's two. There's like your top songs of 2021 and then your artist revealed. Like, look
Yeah.
at this. You got it?
Yeah,
You
but
can't
mine's
see-
like songs. Like, look at that.
No, but when you click your artist revealed, doesn't it give you like by each artist?
Look at this.
Like your
Artist
top
reveal?
artists, right?
Yeah.
And then it's
It's-
just like songs.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not how
I
mine
just
is.
screenshotted every section of the
Oh.
rap
Yeah,
so
I
I
can
can flip through it.
I can go
It's so
through
much
that.
easier.
Oh, there's a right. No, see, my artist reveals are literally like, okay, like I'll reveal my bottom one is Demi Lovato. So then it goes like Demi Lovato, and it shows me like all the songs I listened to from her this year. That's strange that mine's different than yours. And Taylor's,
Yeah,
yours the same
well,
as
I
Kirkland's?
have like this screen, which like actually has like the 5.
Yeah, that's what I have as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you screenshot that?
I
did.
just went through it right now. That's why you
Oh,
heard
like
audio.
The story there and everything.
Yeah. So I'll go top artists.
Oh my
Starting from number 5 up. How are we doing this?
Yeah, number 5. Hang on, let me screenshot my shit now. Jesus. Oh, John Cena. You gonna-
There's the
Oh, yeah.
copyright.
yeah.
There goes our
I
monetization.
can't believe you had different lists than me, but that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so my number 5 most listened to artist of the year is Howard Shore, the guy that did the soundtrack
Nice,
to
very
Lord of the
nice.
Rings. I've been bumping those soundtracks quite a bit actually last few months, and yeah, it's my number 5.
Just do them all. We don't gotta go one by one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Number 4, I had Tyler the Creator. He had a new album
Mm-hmm.
that came out this year. It's really good. Number 3, Olivia Rodrigo. I bumped the shit out of her album. Number 2, Dreamville, which is like a what are they called? Record label. So they had like a collab album that came out. Bumped that one. Dylan Musk. We are talking about our Spotify Wrapped. That's
What
what
were
we're
you
talking
doing? We
about.
just introed it like a minute ago. How did you?
Yeah.
He must have came in just now. Yeah, our Spotify Wrapped list right now. We're talking.
He
about
heard
that.
music being discussed and he just like woke up.
Yeah, he's like Taylor with cryptids.
Yeah. And then my number 1 artist this year was J. Cole. He had a new
Oh,
album
there
that
you
came
go.
out, and I very much loved it. I was very surprised. I thought Olivia Rodrigo, honestly, was going to be my number 1 because I
Yeah.
love that album she released.
Well, I got 10 because I'm gonna read my whole like. I know you
You
guys got your
10?
5. Well, no, because you got the 5, but I had that list that literally gives me all the 10 that I had. So as I said, number 10, Demi Lovato. I love Confident, that song I listened to quite a bit. So there you go, number 10. Number 9, a little lower than I expected her this year, but Halsey. Love Halsey. I probably because that newest album she put is like at the back half of the year. So there you go. Billie Eilish at number, what is that, 7? You know, give it up for Billie. Some great stuff. Even though I didn't love that album as much as anyone
Yeah.
else, still, her older stuff, good stuff. Number 6, Rolling Stones. It's a cliche. They're like my favorite band and everything like that. So, number 5, Lil Nas X. Let's go right there. Number 4, Lady Gaga. Number 3, Hans Zimmer. Number 2, I jumped one. Sorry. Number 3, Miley Cyrus. Number 2, Olivia Rodrigo. And then number 1. Can you guys take a guess? I know Kirklin might. Taylor, you take a guess. Let's see how much you know me. I think Kirklin will get it, but let's see. I came in just now. I know. I'm just kidding. Taylor, who I've been talking about a lot, I feel like on After 9 in general, about just the person I feel is just changing the music game. I'm actually kind of surprised. I listened to a lot of David Bowie. I had a lot of top songs, but he didn't make my top 10. He's my favorite singer of all time, but Stones got up there. So who? do you
Oh, I
think's
know
my
the
number
answer.
one?
I know the answer, yeah.
He does. He knows nothing about me.
Oh, it's either not Taylor Swift song, Miley Cyrus song.
No,
it's
artists.
artists.
Miley Cyrus
Artists?
is number
Oh, right.
3. She's gone.
The artist name
Or sorry,
is
she
Taylor
was
Swift's
4.
song.
Hans Zimmer and Hans Zimmer was on there for Dune and Bond. I keep listening to his Bond soundtrack over and over again. It's fucking good.
I don't know.
It's fucking good.
It's fucking good. Dua Lipa, come
Yeah.
on, I talk about it all the time. Oh yeah, everything. Like, and Love Again is one of my top song spoiler. So yeah, Dua Lipa number one. Nobody got what she's got going on right now in the game. So Taylor, who's your top artist? You only got 5, I imagine.
My number 5, obviously Hans Zimmer. Like the man is just absolutely legendary. My number 4, John Williams. My number 3, Michael Giacchino. Just absolutely love the guy. My number 2, and this one, the artist I am actually not happy with, and I know that this is only super ranked high because I listened to the shit out of this track for nostalgic reasons, and then the allegations popped up, and it kind of really sucks that it actually happened. Ian Taylor. He is the composer for all the RuneScape, like original, like 2000s RuneScape tracks.
He's under
and
some.
He had some serious allegations, like not good now, which is really scummy because that game and that like the music was just right in the feels when I was growing up. So it sucks when that happens. And
He's
then,
getting feels, that's for sure.
Andrew Simple is my number 1, and can't remember for the life of me what song he did that I really liked. Like what?
It blows my mind that you're just like, I've listened to this one song, and like the artist is just like way up on your list. Is that true? You've only listened to the one song from the chap?
For what, Andrew Simple?
Yeah, and you made the artist number 1. That means you listen to that one song more than a collection of songs by other artists.
I don't know what the song was though.
And you don't even know what it is.
I don't know.
It's got to be in your top songs, no? You'd imagine.
I mean, that's a good question.
Dylan, do you have the same phone from your parents' basement? Because if so, you got to upgrade, kid.
My Spotify crashes if I try to open the rap thing. My phone sucks. Dylan Musk, 2021. Well, I'm going to go, Kirklin, save us and go to your top songs right now because Taylor is off in a different world right now. So you got 5.
Absolutely.
I got 10. Because, well, I got the whole.
Well, I could actually do 10 because in my playlist,
the playlist is great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. So my number 10 most listened to song of the year, One Step Forward, Three Steps Back by Olivia Rodrigo. Phenomenal song. Number 9, Borderline by Tame Impala. Great song. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out. They're amazing. Number 8. Is that what number 1?
Yep.
Oh, actually, no. I skipped one. Sorry. So my number 9 is Applying Pressure by J. Cole. It's on that new album that he came out with. Number 8 is Borderline, Tame Impala. Number 7 is Miss Fat Booty by Mos Def. Great song.
Mos Def. Wow, Mos Def.
Oh, yeah. Dude, oh, yeah. I'm all about that old school hip-hop. So number 6. Yeah.
It's all just a bunch of misogynist things.
Am I on 6? Yeah.
That sexy bitch. Tits press against the glass.
Yeah.
Dick so hard. Yeah. Can't stop coming.
It could be. I listen to some
Ride
crazy
the train.
music. So after that, I had Good For You, Olivia Rodrigo. That's like an Avril Lavigne song, honestly. It takes me back. Yeah. So good. After that, I have My Life by J. Cole featuring 21 Savage and Moray. And then again, J. Cole, Pride Is the Devil. Phenomenal. And then here is the Dreamville collab song, Rembrandt, ... Run It Back. It's a hardcore hip-hop song. So number 2 most played song of the year, Deja Vu by Olivia Rodrigo. That was like the first Olivia Rodrigo song that I just like, man, okay, she's on another level. I like got sucked in on that song, and then I started listening to the whole album. And then my number 1 song of the year was Amari, again, from the J. Cole album. I bumped that album so much this year. It's so amazing. Go check it out.
I'll be interested to see if Taylor, because I think he's quoted that I don't listen to singers. I'll be interested to see in his top 10 if he has any singers. But either way, so my top 10 here. Where am I in there? Okay, so number 10. This is I got 2 wrestling songs there. All About the Boom from Adam Cole. It's an AEW song. It's his theme song. It's a just great gym song. That's number 10. Boss Bitch by Doja Cat. That was made for Birds of Prey, and it's the song that I wish existed while I was clubbing. It's the song she does club to, but man, it's just so fucking good. This is a new one, thanks to Malignant. Where Is My Mind by Safari Riot. I love that rendition of Where Is My Mind, and it's another good workout song. Really good. I love that stuff so much. Diva from Beyonce, specifically the Homecoming Live edition. I don't like the Homecoming Live is like that's where the shit is. Sun Song by Trustfall. They're just like I guess maybe indie band or whatnot. How I found this song was George O'Malley came back in Grey's Anatomy, and there's a good emotional arc with there, and I really like the song, so there you go. Favorite Crime by Olivia Rodrigo. That's the only one I have in there, but that is my favorite Olivia Rodrigo song. Another wrestling song, Battle Cry. It's Kenny Omega's theme song, so there you go.
The song names are just so good. What was the other one? Bring the Boom?
All About the Boom.
All About the Boom.
All About the Boom. Let's see here. No One's Gonna Hurt You Baby by Donna Massal. There's 2 songs in here that were off the soundtrack of Promising Young Woman, so you can tell that this came out at the time when Promising Young Woman was having up. Number 2, it did not make it to number 1. Number 2 is Love Again by Dua Lipa. That's one of my favorites. And then number 1 is one I was talking about. It was Toxic by Anthony Willis. It is a violin version of the Britney Spears song Toxic. They use it in Promising Young Woman, and my God, I literally, once this soundtrack dropped, one time I had a shift which was like something to like 2 a.m. and it was 8 hours, and I just listened to that thing, I think, the whole night over and over. And that's
The one song.
The one song, oh yeah, I just
Jeez,
couldn't get
that's
enough.
impressive.
It's Toxic, and just it's haunting. It's so scary, man. It's some good stuff. So yeah, I couldn't believe it was number 1, but yeah, it was. It's a good year, you know. So there you
It's a
go.
good year. Yeah, I like it.
Tiff
Peter
Hill.
Field, notorious, doesn't listen to music.
No, my number 10, and I do hope I pronounce this right. My German is a little not on point. And der Skonen Blauen Dino op 314. This track, I really just
I hear it on the
it's like-
radio all the time.
It's 7
My mom
over
loves
7
Opposites
minutes
Block
long.
314.
You guys would know it. It's like ba da ba 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 do 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 do.
Is that the Wii menu music?
No, I know the song. I feel
like
like you listen to music that like master criminals listen to, or like
I don't
like
mean
serial
to.
killers.
I crank the
Yeah,
opera
exactly.
music, and I'm just like, if you've seen, there's certain characters like Ready or Not, the butler Travis. You know, he's just listening to the car. I love just listening to music like that, like operatic music. It's deep. It's bass. It gets the vibrations going in my water inside my body, like just it's going. So it's awesome, and that is my number 10. It's a beautiful track. Number 9, I Won't Let It Die by Ugly Duckling. Freaking love the beat. I just popped on one day and I couldn't stop listening to it. Just so good. Mad World, Timmy Trumpet. I just love that track. It's just so good. Such a powerful song.
Timmy Trumpet.
Burn the House Down, AJR. I've been on a huge AJR fix. I love their songs right now, and that one's just super good. The Mission Impossible Fallout, Lauren Balfe Mission Accomplished track. I love that. It's just a great play at like 5 a.m. It just gets the blood boiling. Just get ready to go, jump off a building. Years in the Making by the Arkells. Love that one. It's super, super good. Double Back, the acoustic version from Back to the Future 3 by Alan Silvestri. I just love that. It's like a barnyard jig with the banjo. It's so good. It's a foot tapper for sure. The Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia. I love that track so much. It's so good. That's my number 3. It's just brilliant. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John is my number 2.
We lost Travis after that one. Oh, he's just gone.
He's got to walk around, do a lap. I know it's definitely a big jump from Fantasia to Elton John, but it's good. And then my number one is Bang, AJR again to cap off. It's such a good freaking track. So
Just out of all the songs, like all that kind of fits. I was not expecting Fantasia, but then from out of nowhere, oh yeah, Yellow Brick Road by Elton John, just coming in there. Wow, crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we did, ladies and gentlemen. We had a longer newscast than expected. We had some good conversations, some laughs along the way. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Geek First Podcast. And okay,
I have one more question. I'm curious, how many minutes did you guys listen for? Because I thought that was definitely going to pop up on this. I clocked in at 63,800 minutes, an equivalent of 1,063 hours.
Well, you beat me big time. I got
Yeah.
25,747, so almost 26,000.
I had 39,774.
Jesus
You all
Christ.
beat me. Wow.
Taylor, what was your genres? Do you have the list of genres?
They did that
I'm curious
weird,
what yours
wacky font.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
they
I
did.
got my number 5 is classic rock. Number 4 is video game music. Number 3 is indie acoustica. 2 is dance pop, and 1 is soundtrack.
I got dance pop as my number
I
one.
have
so
dance
there you go.
pop as well. I
Really?
think it was my
I'm
number
close.
5. I had oh my god, I gotta like scroll through them for the genres. It was literally just like 4 hip hop categories. I was like, I think my number one was underground. I don't know. I don't know what the other ones were. My last one was
Kirklin.
dance pop though. What's up?
This Andrew Simple. I couldn't figure out what the song was. I'm in the top 0.005% of their listeners. He's my top artist. I spent a total of 2,127 minutes with this artist. I don't know the song though.
That blows my mind. That blows my mind.
Yeah, someone had a good tweet today. They're like, I just saw my Spotify rap, and it's wrong. It's not correct at all.
So there we go. I found my genres, Taylor. My number 5 was dance pop. Number 4, soundtrack. I was pleasantly surprised to
Nice.
find that. I think that's all to do with Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
Number 3, alternative hip hop. Number 2, conscious hip hop. Number 1,
Conscious hip-hop.
underground hip hop. Yeah.
It's a lot of hip hop. Like every state of being, you've got hip hop.
Oh yeah. Oh
Dance
yeah.
pops, you would have parody as one of your fucking genres.
Yeah, you would.
That just fits with who we think you are, man. Oh man. Well, thank you everybody that tuned in. Thank you everyone that tunes in later on. When you hear from us next, which I guess should be Dexter, it'll not be boring.
Peace.